And
Nope.
we are live. What's
Hello.
going on, everybody?
Whoa.
How you guys doing tonight?
Anybody's
welcome to-
complaining about us being
okay?
8 minutes late formally, you could email my business account and I'll take it to my agents.
Welcome to episode 34 of our main campaign. We are the Sleepless Knights. We are a D&D Twitch stream and podcast. Actual play, by the way.
There you go.
Oh.
We stream Wednesdays at
Stop
8:30
that.
with YouTube release on Saturdays and podcast release on Tuesdays for you podcast listeners. So check us out then, wherever you want to listen, wherever you want to watch. Only announcement is still the follower giveaway is going on. We have a goal of 150 followers, and when we reach that, a random follower can win their choice of any official Wizard of the Coast rulebook. That includes stuff like Player's Handbook, Dungeon Master's Guide, Monster Manual, all the official supplements, any of the adventures. Your choice if you win, physical or D&D Beyond copy. We're still at 112 followers, so 38 slots to go.
Or I can give you a kiss and a hug.
Or that.
Or yours.
I like that.
I will
So,
fly out to your home and personally give it to you.
yeah. So if you like what we do here, you can follow and get in on that giveaway. But yeah, that's all I got for the week, and I'm ready to jump into some trauma. So
Okay. Un momento.
no.
Audio is not coming
Is
through
it
my
like-
headphones. And it is now.
Well,
Not like a Roman?
we're very ready.
I'm ready.
Ready for it?
All right. How's everybody doing tonight?
Hey.
terrible.
Present. Great.
Terrible. Sounds like you're about to get worse, my friend.
Let's go.
We continue our adventure after you had all defeated a black dragon of types named the Nightmare. Invited to the Black Star Gate by a newly acquired acquaintance, friend, enemy, Korgas. One known as Sloan that you had hunted for some time to this Black Star Gate. You stand now above it, or around it. It lay in pieces and bloody and decimated. An interesting guest had also shown up to our party a little bit late. One Cade Snow, that you all remember way back when your journey first began, issued a curse or a proclamation or a contract to our friend Cassis or Dorn & Co. To go out and find this entity and stop whatever they were trying to do, essentially. Find them and stop them. This Cade Snow, apparently some sort of magic wielding wizard or sorcerer or entity of some sort, now appeared into the Underdark in front of all of you. Most of you hating his sly antics. He quickly rushed Isaiah to a large fissure within the earth that was left behind by the Black Star Gate, and what you saw was space and stars. A curious sight, nonetheless. You all quickly demanded what Cade Snow wanted. Was he there the whole time? Just now? Why didn't he help you? All these unanswered questions that you would seem to never even, or just didn't get answers to from Cade. He offered you a ride. Not home, but out of this place. Reluctantly, you all eventually accepted. After asking him a few brief questions, his demeanor seemed to change, a little bit more serious in tone this time, whenever you all clasped his hands, and the blue flame kind of engulfed all of you. And within a blink of an eye, and the shortness of breath, and a large thud, you all awoke atop a very massive cliffside. And in front of you stood the large destroyed field that you had once walked or ran through whenever you were escaping Hardcastle. You remember the calamity that had happened on your way there, whenever the blue flame sprung from the earth and caused some of it to even float in the air for a brief amount of time before it slammed back down into the ground. But now in front of you, you saw many of these small floating, let's call them islands, in the middle of the air. The land itself cracked, destroyed, and lifeless. Hardcastle. To your far right, as you look out about amongst this large field-like area, the city that you had previously visited also now levitated in the air. Half of it destroyed and crumbled to ruin, causing a waterfall to cascade down into the large pool that you had once escaped into once before. While you all took this horror in, some of you having visions of your own and revelations and taking some time to ponder what the hell you're looking at, Cade Snow set up what seemed like a magical doorway. And after you all gathered yourself, he invited you in to a familiar looking inn. Well, bar space that you had seen way back in Elbador. The initial place you met Cade and his companions. This now being empty, but similar visage, he began to tell you a lot about some of your past, your father's, blood histories and such, what calamity now faces you out there. Without getting into too much detail, he mentioned that Castus, or Dornan, that the people that you knew that had once been your friends, mentors, allies, and father figures for some time in your young life was actually him. A favor that your father had asked of him a long time ago, as they were once allies. Allies in a mission to not only study the spell plague and the blue flame, but to control it. And being from Erebar, in the time that they were, persecuted for it. He mentioned that your father was one that helped their entire group escape for a time to a place called the In-Between, which Cade eventually mentioned that he himself was from some time ago, but was barred from. Seemingly a bit confused about timelines and exactly when all of this happened, where he was from. He seemed like a confused being as well. You mentioned your father as well, Ren, or Rose, to also be a friend previous. One who seemed to also master the power of the plague. He specialized in finding, seeking out those with similar powers, hunting them down, apparently, for the Lord of Erebar, and bringing them to their deaths. Only but a few of the ones that survived that persecution were spread out, cast aside. Cade, seemingly to be alone in his efforts, has now searched for your friend Korgos for some time, knowing that there was a calamity still, or maybe a new calamity. He notices first in the signs of an undead dragon, one that was thought long dead, that was brought whenever the spell plague first hit this area, brought out of some of these gates that were mentioned to have housed many beasts of similar nature and killed and fell. Rumors of this undead dragon being alive. After confirming, he decided to visit some of these places where these gates, like this Black Star Gate that you had, similar areas, and found nothing but fissures. It would seem like fissures of different worlds, different locations, different planes of existence. He knew something was going on, and this was his freshest lead. You all mentioned a few other things to him. A machine, Order of the Blue Flame, Erebar. All got convoluted. Kind of heavy for a brief moment. As you all tried to listen intently as best as you could to the amount of information that this mysterious person was giving to you. Overwhelmed, consumed by grief, fear, shock, excitement for what lies ahead. You all listened intently as best as you could. I'm sure you all still have questions, as you asked many. Ren, or Rose, eventually left the conversation in frustration, sadness, whatever you would like to call it. It's up for her to tell us. As the conversation was continuing and the questions were being had, we ended our session as there was a brief knock at the door. And that is where we will continue as soon as I change the song.
Ambiance.
Any questions from any of you before we start?
Any questions before we change this to battle music? Roll initiative.
God, I hope not.
Oh,
Is that normal? Okay.
Yes. Ah, my guests. I was expecting guests. Yes, hold on. I'll be right there. One moment.
I just give kind of a look to Redrick like, motherfucker.
I'll just shrug and drink.
Ren. Or Rose.
Yes. Ren. For now.
Ren. Outside. We're going to cut to you for a brief amount of time. What exactly were you doing when you went outside? I know you took the whiskey, I believe.
I did. Walked in the opposite direction of Calder's puke pile. Found a spot to sit on the
I
cliff.
puked over the cliff. We'll say.
Great, good. I walked probably like, I don't know, 20, 30 feet away from the door. Found a spot on the cliff, kicked it, make sure it was stable, sat down on the edge with my legs hanging over. And before I dive into the bottle, I'm trying
Before I dive off the cliff. That's what I thought was coming. I was like, oh.
Not yet. We're not there yet.
That'd be great, actually. Do that.
Closer by the
Swan
day.
dive.
Do that.
No, so I'm thinking about what Cade said, and I'm trying to like dig in my memory. And I'm trying specifically to remember my mom's death and whether or not I remember anything about going to the in-between. I'm trying to remember if I saw any signs of magic on Logan or my father, or from Logan or my father, and then I'm also trying to think of if I ever heard my dad say any of those names.
Okay.
Yeah.
Memory palace.
Memory palace. Just thinking before I get more whiskey addled.
The best thing that the best way I can answer this
Mhm.
is the in-between stuff. You were but a babe, nothing more than an infant. Whenever, but a babe, nothing more than an infant or a child, young child, that you wouldn't have this kind of memories. That was kind of what Cade was alluding to.
But he said it was after my mom died.
Correct.
Okay. When I was 7.
Correct.
Okay.
Answer your question?
Yeah.
A little odd.
I'm sucky. Got
Correct.
that. Got the first one.
Okay.
And then thinking about magic on Logan or my dad.
Mundane as can be, as you remember them.
Okay.
You're shocked to learn this news as... No.
Okay.
Shocked as you were to learn that you had magical powers yourself. Magical in the sense of whatever your powers may be.
Okay. And I'm guessing I never heard my dad say the name Cade Snow or anything like that.
Not directly.
Not directly.
You don't remember that name specifically.
Okay.
Names that you do remember. Waylon was exactly one. After Dornan had brought it up. I believe you brought it up in the company of the party. Am I correct?
Yes, more than once.
More than once. Other than that? No.
Okay. Yeah, then I'm just sitting and drinking.
Was that Waylon or Wylan?
Wylan? Is that what you pronounce it?
Wylan. Yeah,
Wylan.
Wylan. I thought
Wylan.
it pronounced as Wylan.
Okay.
My fault.
I wasn't sure if it was a
Wylan.
different word.
Waylon. Both the same.
It's an accent.
It's the same
It's
to
an
everyone.
Arabarian accent.
It's an
There you
Arabar accent, yeah.
Can we make Erebar just like Minnesotan? Everybody has that?
No.
It's very threatening there.
Half of the
Yeah.
party is from there. I don't-
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Hello.
Hard
Don't
pass.
know.
Watch
Oh,
your step
Dylan.
there. I'll cut out your tongue, don't you know?
Mhm. Hey, hi, how are ya? It's at that point Ren, that you hear what sounds like hoof steps behind you. And
Okay.
and you turn as a large hand is placed upon your shoulder.
I look up.
At that point, Cade Snow rushes to the door. He seems kind of frazzled at the moment. Oh, I wasn't prepared for you to be so early, hear him say. Shit. One moment, and you see him rush behind the black curtain. You hear knock on the door once again.
Who are you expecting?
No answer.
Should we be worried?
Oh, no worry at all, as he comes back through the curtain. Hold on one moment. Please, don't say anything that would get me in trouble. As he walks past all of you.
What would
And he
get
opens
you
the
in
door.
trouble with them? We don't.
And in front of you, you all see a large figure of stature. Probably 6'7", 6'8" in height. Broad-shouldered and barrel-chested of a man. You can barely see the man's neck as a massive black beard falls down upon silver armor. His black, lengthy, curled, wavy hair kind of lays down upon his armor as well. Sort of a Robert Baratheon sort of vestige, and that kind of rotund weight as well. A large, horned helmet, silver, and is holding it next to his breastplate. The large unicorn-like horn there as well. Kind! For bloody's sake, what took you so long to answer the damn door? We've been out here for 10 bloody minutes. Oh, calm down, Gefalder. Come in. The rest of you as well. Behind him, you see a few other individuals as they begin to file into this room. Some of you recognize these individuals. Actually, all of you do. Well, maybe not all of you do. As individuals that you saw in the same bar the first time that you were there. With a few new faces. You see a dwarf. Long, whitened hair. A singular braid in his long, white beard. A dirty gray cloak covering the majority of his face. You can see, though, he has one eye covered with an eye patch. Walks with a limp and a small cane. Quickly behind him, you can see on his back a massive crossbow that almost sticks 2 feet above his head and drags upon the ground behind him as well. Behind that individual, you see an odd creature that not many of you may know exactly what it is, but a large gnoll standing just above the height of the rotund, silver-plated man. This gnoll, yellow, golden, and brown in color, the brown coming in spots and stripes that kind of coat his furry body. He also is missing an eye, but this looked like he took a large swipe from an axe or a sword that leaves this large pink scar down the middle of his face. Half of his snout is actually removed, and also part of his lip. As you can see, the gnarled and jagged teeth of this gnoll at the left side of his mouth. Then you see probably a more familiar figure to all of you, as she was pointed out by Adlith the first time you were here. Tall, black-haired, pale of skin female elf walks elegantly behind. Last but not least is a large bugbear, now holding Ren by the scruff of her shoulder and just walking next to her.
He's like making me go.
Yes, pretty much. He picked you up and is just grabbing you.
Drinking.
A
It's
familiar
just hanging
bugbear.
there.
With his large club-like mace that he drags at his side. Kind of tosses Ren in lightly and closes the door behind him.
As they
Ah.
filter through, can I keep an eye out for any spell scar signs, any glowing marks on them or anything like
Give me a
that?
perception check.
Sure. 18.
I will divine sense as well.
Okay.
Had about enough of fiends for the day.
No fiends.
Undead.
No celestials.
Celestial?
Except me.
One undead figure stands in the room.
Who? Which one?
The elf.
The elf. Interesting. Okay.
Spicy.
Welcome, friends. I'm sure all of you have seen each other before. He kind of stares at everybody's just kind of as you all stare at them, they stare at you. Cade's sort of in the middle, speechless.
Can't say I have.
I remember. I'm gonna point to the female elf. I remember you were talked about, and I also remember having to see you as well. I never caught your name though, and then I point over to the bugbear. But the rest, I don't. I don't know.
Rogue. Ollie says back to you as he stands with his arms crossed. Well, he calls himself Droog. Other people call them other things. Skull Smasher, Bone Eater, whatever, you know.
I like Drew. This is a good name.
I do remember all of you. What happened to your sweet companion, the one of the forest, the doe, Volbog?
Personal matters to attend to.
Did she go hunting after the dragon? She scoots up a chair next to you, Calder.
No. We might at some point.
You might.
Yeah,
I-
when we're ready.
Hmm.
At the
Interesting
very-
friends you have found here, Cade. Can I ask what this is about? Yes, friends. What do you call yourselves?
The Forgotten Few.
That's not. You're actually being serious.
Yep.
Orin
Odd choice
kind of starts
of a name.
tapping the crest on the table as kind of to bring his attention back to him for the sheer fact that he knows that Cass and he thought of the name.
Is there a problem? You might break it. Anyway, Forgotten Few, these are my friends. They call themselves the Shadow Heirs, but I don't really think they go by that name much more anymore. No, we do not. Cade, I would really like an explanation. You see the rotund gentleman with the large black beard standing just in front of, between your groups, between Cade and your group. Well, I figured you would like to return what was lost to my friends here, newly acquired, of course. It's all about the bloody hammer. Well, you see him turn for a moment and drop this large sack that he carries on his bag and onto the ground. God damn it, for a bloody hammer. We have things that we could be doing. You owe me a favor. I know. As he begins to search through the bag, he pulls out a familiar hammer to you, Isaiah.
Hey.
I think you dropped this.
He reaches out with his left hand to pick it up. He's, well, that was before I got this. And he shows off the Fiend's Calamity and sort of twirls it a bit.
You go swimming for that?
Yeah, it was deep.
Well, some of us did, not myself.
Was
Is that it for the
you
hammer?
chasing us through the streets?
Jason, you know, trying to stop you from where you were going, yes, because this blind fool, he points to Cade, was apparently sending you on your death wish. He kind of looks at you all curiously. Yes, well, let me do proper introductions before we get exactly what is going on here. This is Gefalda of the Fire, people like to call him. Leader, or at least self-proclaimed leader of the Shadow Heirs.
Which one is this? The human?
Yes.
Okay.
His quiet, old, grumpy-looking friend, Shut it, Cade. You hear it come from the dwarf. What do they call you? Drummy! Ah. Not Drummy is what we call him, but his friends call him Drummy. I don't know this one. His name's Yin, the dwarf says. YN is how you would spell that. He just gives you a slow and low snarl. Oh, he seems pleasant, would fit right in with all of you. And I'm sure you have all met Beatrix before. I saw you talking at the table. At least few of you have. Pointing towards the female elf.
Beatrix.
Yes, Beatrix. Andrew. Oi. Puts his hand up for a moment. Shadow Heirs, I figured that you could, well, make introductions with these few, as they did just slay a particularly dangerous beast. I know all of you know of the Nightmare, yes? You sent them after the Nightmare? Well, I didn't particularly send them. They did it on their own accord, and I may have swayed them in a few different directions to head towards that one singular direction, but... Cade, I thought we were done doing this. But they're important! I know two of their fathers, you know. Cade. Stop trying to recruit young, aspiring adventurers to your damned cause. You're gonna get too many people killed. And eventually your list is gonna get larger than mine. Well... There was that last one, wasn't there? Bunch of blind fools and farm boys. Yeah. Well. But look at them! They're aspiring, Buff. Look at that one with the sword. He's cranky. They got a Goliath. This one looks like a dragon, and the other one can sprout wings. The other ones, I don't know what they do, but I'm sure they're just as important.
No farm boys among us.
No farm boys among them, you see? At that point, the dwarf kind of steps up, not steps, but he kind of leans up in his chair and he looks towards you, Egval. Oi, you look pretty familiar.
Oh, so
Have I seen you before?
I guess I'll just take like another look at him. Do I recognize him?
You've never seen this dwarf before in your life.
I don't.
Where do you
think
come
so.
from?
Tribe by the Smoking Mountains.
He just leans back and laughs. Hey, Gorfunder! Look at the boy. He kind of... he seems annoyed that he's even here for a moment. Cade. Oh, we'll get to it. We'll get to it. Kind of like motions towards the dwarf. Entertain your friend. I'll be damned. As they both kind of look at you. He does look like him, doesn't he? Are you the one they call stew seasoned?
Am I putting pieces together that I think go together?
You're a fucking hornbreaker, son, aren't you? And he clasps a massive hand on your shoulder and begins to shake you. How is your father doing? I haven't seen him in ages. Brave warrior at that. Slayed many a beast with him. I did, for sure.
Um, he he died from the dragon that is now no longer dead.
What dragon?
The I guess you didn't hear. For a while, at least when I was eight, for a while there was a brown dragon that was causing problems over by the Smoking Mountains. Um,
Didn't
the strongest warriors, and then I don't know who else went to try and stop him, and they did, but my father didn't return. He was slain, from what I've been told. Not the only one, of course, but
I'm a
if I
little
remember
confused.
correctly, you're the Shadow Heirs, you said, right?
Aye.
Weren't you a part of that fight?
So I am a little confused, boy. Your father fought alongside us. He survived that battle. Are you telling me that he was slain in that battle, or I know that him and his companions they did go searching for the beast's nest, and
that's what I was told.
well, I'm deeply sorry to hear that. Uh,
Wait, I'm sorry. You said he wasn't though.
he was not. We slayed the beast, but he did wander off with a few of his companions afterwards. Said that they had fun business to do in the Chonda Wood and to find the remnants, if anything, of the beast that we slain.
Do you know where they went? Did they
We left
say
him there.
any? Oh,
We head back to Hardcastle or Erebor. I can't really remember. It was Erebor. But I'm sorry to hear that. If his remains were brought to you, yeah.
I I don't I don't know. Actually, I never really thought about it. I can't remember.
I'm sorry to bring it up. I figured still alive and well. I apologize. Is this what we're fucking doing here, Cade?
Thank
Family
you.
fucking reunion. No. I just wanted to introduce you to the newer members of the Moon. He kind of gives a jaunty fist to the air.
Yeah, kid, we're not that close.
Well, you passed the test, and I was hoping,
What moon?
it's in discussion. Contracts signed, payment arranged, all the sorts of things.
The
I just wanted
contract you
to.
said didn't exist, right?
We will get to the paperwork later, my friend. No need to fret. I know you're all about signing things. My dear air friends, and he kind of gives a fake bow. Connections. I just wanted to inform you as much as I wanted to inform them, as much as I wanted to inform myself that I indeed have found remnants of the dragon Beatrix. Or, sorry, not Beatrix, it's Beatrix with a P. Beatrix that you spoke of, and it is confirmed. Confirmed. You're lying, Cade. I swear. I've been there, seen her myself. Her. Indeed, her. Kind of quickly turns his head back to you, Egfall. You mean? Yeah.
I have a question about that. I look at Beatrix.
Beaprix.
Why are you so interested in this dragon? I mean, besides the fact that presumably you were part of killing it before, but you in particular.
I don't know you that well, my friend.
Now, you said you met Atlas. She's a close friend of mine. She did mention you asked about this, or told her, I guess, about this undead dragon a long time ago.
Right, she was from the forest. I asked her if she had seen or heard rumors of it.
Yeah, why so interested?
I am not at liberty to tell you.
Hmm.
Why so interested of my interest, my friend? Listen,
Well, because I've never seen your kind before, and I don't know, it strikes me as a coincidence. Don't you think it's kind of, I don't know, at the very least, ironic?
Never seen an elf before? What are we?
She's a bit more than that,
Okay.
or maybe a bit less, depending on how you look at it.
be careful. I'm warning you. Her blood
It's a
red
fair
eyes
question.
begin to glisten slightly.
I look around at my crew. I got people here I care about. Just want to make sure I know who I'm dealing with.
And we have people that we care about as well, my little friend. I warn you, quit interrogating mine. You hear from behind you.
Hmm.
Hey, I demand that you tell us what's going on right now, so we can be on our way.
Does that actually work?
Cade, I've had enough of these children. I just wanted to inform all of you before that any hostilities arise that the dragon is confirmed in the place that we had discussed before. Please, do me a favor, make it quick. I believe she's gathering an army. An army. An army. We're gonna need more men. Well, we have a couple of days ride ahead. Thank you for this information, Cade. We should get to it if your suspicions are true.
Are you going right after this thing?
Why did you bring us here with him? They slayed a dragon. You've slain dragons. I didn't know if you wanted a few extra young recruits. I think we're all right. Thank you for the offer. The rest of you, come on.
You have a bit
If
of a
you-
vested interest.
I'm just gonna stand up. If you need help, reach out to me. Let me know. I have a way to reach to you. I'm sure you have ways to reach to me. If I could be a part of this, I want to.
Turns to you. I trust your word. Your father was a fine man and a strong warrior. We will do our own investigation, Cade. See what we can find. If your rumors, suspected, true or not, are confirmed. You know us. We'll take care of it. Your folder. He goes and reaches for the door. She isn't the same. He stops for a moment. Neither are the people. They never will be again. Do not let your feelings get in the way of this one, please. We've already lost too many. Piss off. He opens the door, and the rest of them follow him out behind. Well. Bye, Droog. Piss off, Cade. The door slams.
That might be the first group of people who get killed despite you, rather than because of you.
Well, I wish them all the best of luck. Yes, where were we before that rude interruption by my invited guest?
Do you know about her?
About who?
Beatrix.
Of course.
Okay.
I,
How'd that
I,
happen?
Okay.
I think I'd like to know.
I think, yeah, you're making it awkward for
what
everybody.
do you
You
mean?
could just
I'm
ask.
confused.
Sure, she's undead. Why? How?
Well,
Wait, what?
have you ever heard of the Rotting War?
Have I?
Why is a war rotting?
Have you? Yes or no?
I don't know. Have I?
If you do not know, then you do not know, my friend.
Oh, all right. Well, I guess.
I thought as much. A civil war in Erebar, years before the spell plague, ended in a plague of its own, caused a rot to spread across the northern part of the Chondath area, and whenever the spell plague hit, people inflicted by the rot turned. The best way I could say. Those that succumbed to the madness and the sickness eventually rose again, and Beatrix is one of these, whatever you would like to call them.
Somehow didn't go mindless.
No. Oddly enough, the same city that had befallen such a plague is the one that our dragon friend that we continue to speak of is now taking control of. Her herself, seemingly inflicted by the same plague, and whatever had woken her, I don't know. She was supposed to be long dead.
The
But she
dragons
seemed-
in Arabar?
Not Erebar, a city not too far from it, to the east.
That one have a name?
To me, different than to you. I closed the tab, so let me bring it right back up.
Ye old tab.
Ye old
Opens a
bookmarks.
tab in a binder.
It is called Reth. Reth. Indeed, they called it the first city of the Vilhon Reach. Long history, Chondathians, mainly humans and such, but yes. Sided with Erebar during the civil war between the peoples of this area, and was. But whenever Ormpatar and Erebar came to blows, fear of a new rotting war was actually resurfaced. Many of these inflicted undead that you call them, I like to call them soulless individuals, though they walk and they breathe and they talk and they think, but I do not believe they have souls, were actually recruited and changed by the order of the Blue Flame, allowed by the Baron of the time, seemingly unkillable, or at least a lot more stronger and susceptible to the Blue Flame itself and its powers. They seemed to be experimented on, changed for some time. I don't really know the process. I've only knew some of the individuals that were involved in the decision making there, but they seemingly had an army of them for themselves. Used as warriors in some sort of one shape or another, but
How long ago was all this?
before the spell plague,
Jesus.
500,
Whoever that is.
900,000, I don't know. What year is it? Takes out a fancy looking pocket watch out of his belt, clicks it open. Ah, of course. Closes it. Yeah, about 600 or 700 years ago.
How old did she look?
Young for an elf. I would say mid-30s for a woman of human standards.
So she stopped aging. Makes sense.
She's also elf, so
Yes,
30
but
could
even
last about
even for an
100
elf,
years. Yeah.
yeah, even for an elf though, for her minimally to be 600 some years old, she would look older than that.
Those were, in all manner of respect, the Shadowers. As I know we were getting off to a rocky start, but they are protectors of everything that is pure in nature and whatever. Blah, 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 blah. They worship the
They're
Lady
a
of the
bunch of
Forest,
assholes.
the Supreme Ranger, the Forest Queen. Oh, yes. The Chonderwood has been under their protection for some time now, and they've slain many a beast, and I brought a favor up that really cannot be forgotten for them, and they must accept to go at least try and tackle the problem up north, because whatever that dragon is doing up there decides to do it, and with all those people that still apparently reside alive but undead in that city, I don't know. I'm fearful.
Think they can handle it?
Sure.
No, I don't. Well, maybe.
If they've been protecting the forest that long, they probably know the green birds.
I don't know. I only heard of the Green Braids, as much as an aimless centaur that roam the forest. I'm sure they know some of them, at least.
Either way, this thing is 10 times as powerful as the Nightmare, and you say it's building an army, hold up in a city. They can't handle it alone. It's bigger than one group.
Or even two. If you don't get any bright ideas,
You should try to keep working them, convince them to let people help, including us.
let me just say this. They're resourceful. I've
Believe
seen
it.
them do many great things in my long life. Trust me, they'll be able to at least try to handle it.
Not super comforting, but sure.
Sure.
This also isn't a profession you get old in by being stupid.
Yeah.
Another issue that I didn't mention, the army of these rot-inflicted humans and people, it dissipated whenever the sundering happened and magic was returned to normal. They just ceased to exist. Life ceased to exist. Whatever life was still left in them, they collapsed. All of them all at once. And when investigations and parties were sent to the city itself, none of them survived. It was just a dead city.
Except for your friend.
Except for her, though I'm not 100% sure on that. I have not seen her particularly in a very, very long time. I don't keep up with the heirs very much. They do their own business. They get hired by many king, lord, and mercenary alike that would be willing to pay them to get rid of problems that reside in the natural world.
I don't doubt their abilities. I just, like I said, we have a vested interest for reasons you have discussed, and not the least of which is that our friend Egg has some history there.
Sure.
And I
Do you have a
prefer
plan?
to no, but
Hmm.
that's all I'm saying. I'd rather us help
The 8 or
and
7 of you.
hopefully other people help in addition than have them try it alone and die, because we're gonna probably go try eventually anyway. Might as well do it together.
So you're just going to walk in there and
It's not what I'm saying. It's not what I'm saying at all. Don't be a dick, Kate. I'm
aren't you
just
all high
saying,
and mighty now?
I'm not trying to be high and mighty. You're just putting words in my mouth. All I'm saying is, if they get a plan, they figure out the situation, they need people, we're around. We'd like
Well,
to
you
help.
didn't really get off to the best start, being all
You tell me
you.
there's a big undead dragon queen and an undead woman walks in all interested in said undead dragon queen? Yeah, I'm going to be a little suspicious. I think that's fair.
Suspicious, interrogating, rude,
Asking
unkind.
questions.
To be fair, they weren't exactly nice right back at us.
Oh,
They
once you started
carried Ren in here
interrogating
by
one
her
of their
neck.
friends, well, she was kind of. I was afraid that she was going to just take a leap.
Yeah, well, she did.
Brent's like 3 fingers deep in the whiskey. She's just gonna, her cheeks are a little flushed, the tips of her ears. She's gonna look at Cade and go, "Has your name always been Cade? You know, aside from when you were lying to people." And take a swig.
Well, as far as I remember, it's always been Kate.
You are one to talk about kindness. Been pretty fucking rude since we met you.
Yeah, what did
Dude,
you do to get barred from
no.
your home?
Truthful, yes,
That's a good
partially. That is a good question. Would you like to do some investigating for me? Because I haven't been able to find the answers myself. If you're so worried about it, then I could send you on. Go on. Find out.
Ren's just gonna look at the rest of you and be like, I'm not in the mood for this, and she's gonna go back outside.
You gonna join her too, Mr. Strong
Actually,
and
yeah.
Brewing?
Go fuck yourself. I'm gonna stand up and follow her out.
Well, the rest of you.
When we were here last time,
Mm.
and I had food. Were you the one that made the food, or did someone else?
Well, it's not really made, it's fabricated.
That's why it doesn't taste good. That makes sense. Okay, very good. If you don't make it by hand, it's no good.
Mm.
You should let Egg teach you some recipes. Get behind the counter there.
Not much of a cook.
Oh, everyone can be a cook.
Whoa.
Just need some time and practice. And a pot. A pot helps.
Instead of throwing slight insults at each other, if you have no other further questions for me, I will be taking my leave. I may decide to come back and discuss further what I've discussed here today, or provide any more favors of getting you off this fucking cliffside. But if I decide otherwise, have fun.
Before you go, not a question so much. If you can play with the rooms, can you get us a kitchen and a forge?
Persuasion check.
Come on, baby.
Start things off with a nat 1.
Oof. Is that the wooden dice?
Yay!
No, that was the metal one.
Oh, okay.
Well, crap.
I'll see what I can do. You know, maybe if we can talk some sense into your two friends outside. And apologies. He kind of gives a sly
Whoa.
smile at you.
What a dick.
We'll see what we can do.
To be fair, you literally just told them that her dead father is both alive and a complete piece of shit.
Was
So
it the truth?
I'm not really gonna blame her for being a little.
Don't shoot
about
the
it.
messenger, my friend. All I did was tell her the truth.
No, that's Castus. Oh, actually,
Hmm.
I do have a question.
You are the
It took
inquisitive
me-
type.
Yes, that's why I make things. Well, no. So I asked the questions first, and then anyway, it took me a lot to find that rune on the pistol. What did you make?
You are the inquisitive type, aren't you?
Mhm.
I'll see you later.
Before,
Toodaloo.
before he leaves, Dorian is going to stand up, kind of walk over, and says, "Before you leave," he kind of reaches into his pocket, pulls out the pocket watch, sets it on the table. Don't forget this. And he's going to walk out the door and join the others.
Sort of annoyed when I gave it away anyway. He scoops it up, puts it in his pocket. Any questions from the rest of you?
Oh,
Nothing here.
I hope
I like
everything-
you. You are the silent and strong type. You see, you should teach your friends some lessons.
You liking me does not make
Before
me happy,
we
but
even
I'll
get
take the
into it
compliment.
again, take it.
Sure.
Goodbye, my friends. I will decide whether or not I come back in a few hours. If I don't, good luck climbing. Bye.
Thank you.
And he takes his leave behind the curtain. And as he does, the curtain shuts. You all fall. A slight 2 feet.
Imagine we all just fall off the cliff.
What a dick.
Into the middle of a field. In the middle of a sunny but cloudy day.
I see he didn't get any nicer when I left the room.
Not
I
exactly.
mean, to be fair, he was decent. Well,
It was
he
okay.
didn't have good news to share, but he wasn't that much of an ass. while there. Plus, I mean, some people are just assholes.
It gets easier to
doesn't
digest
necessarily
when you
mean it's
realize that everyone's
bad.
an asshole. Yeah.
Not everyone.
Everyone's a little bit of an asshole.
I mean, Adlith. Really?
He was kind of an asshole.
I've just
Even
run
though
out
I
of
didn't know
patience. Just run out of
Going
patience
for a
for manipulators.
For a walk, and he's gonna Dorn is just gonna kind of just start walking away from the group towards Hardcastle. He's not gonna he doesn't know how far he's gonna get. He's
It's
just gonna
over the
head in a
cliff, isn't it?
direction.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's just going for a stroll off the cliff.
The cliffside.
Everybody was worried about
cliffside that
Rin. They
you
forgot to
guys
check on Door.
do stand on. It goes for a distance, right? It's like, it's not just like you're on top of a small mountain. You are on a plain that just overlooks another plain. So
Plateau.
it does go for plateau. Thank you for the word.
Gotcha.
It does stretch for some time.
Okay, well, I'll walk just away from everyone. Just be away.
He's like 20 feet away over there, just like sulking.
But I'm
Rin's
walking.
doing.
I'm continuing to walk as far as my legs will carry.
Rin's just like 20 feet away, sitting on the cliff. At least she's got a bottle of whiskey, unless that
Yeah,
disappeared with
disappear?
the tavern.
Calder will have walked up and
It did
just
not,
be
by the way.
standing next to Ren. Like not sitting next to her, but just standing there, like looking out over the vista.
Just gonna hold the bottle up to you.
Well,
Oh,
I can
yeah.
say that
Oh,
we've
I'll
had
take
a exciting couple of weeks. Yes.
Hey, you can fucking say that.
Does the bottle
Hand it back.
does the bottle stay?
Pass it back and forth.
Hey,
Yeah.
Nice.
Nice.
That would have been very embarrassing if I didn't have anything.
That would've sucked.
disappear specifically whenever you go to drink from it.
Yeah, sure.
Kate's such a dick.
Yeah.
It certainly hasn't been boring.
Older, can
And
I
we
see that?
survived.
See what? See what?
Alcohol.
Oh, Ren's
Oh,
got it now.
yeah. I'll take a big swig and hand it over.
I'll take it. And I'm not gonna just take a big swig. I'm gonna like glug 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 and hand it back. And I'm just gonna lay down, sort of like sprawled out on my back, just looking up at the sky. Thank you.
Egg, that wasn't stew.
Arguably, it's
Yeah.
the best kind of stew.
It could taste better.
You know, the
Wise
first
men.
sip's not that great, but like the second and the third and the fourth and the fifth are pretty good.
Well, she's drunk, isn't she?
I'm not drunk. I just feel a lot better.
Please stay away from the edge.
She's literally sitting on the edge, like just kicking her feet. Like, I'm fine.
I'm not going to come save you if you fall off.
I'm not gonna fall off. I walked across. You all saw me walk across a rope. I'm very balanced.
Very balanced.
All right,
Very
you can't all
balanced.
get drunk because then I have to be the responsible one, and that will not go well.
Not it.
Don't worry about it, Red. Go ahead. We could all use a little relief at the moment after everything we've done.
Been a wild morning. Well, fucking not even noon yet. God damn.
Wonder how recent I'll like gesture out over the field all this was. Think it happened as soon as we left, or whenever our friend got through.
Who fucking knows? Still not
Probably
even sure how
happened
long
that
we were
night.
gone, to be honest.
We heard sounds and stuff like this happening when that first time the blue flame erupted.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Are we really gonna go help those fucking assholes?
if they
right
fucking
now.
ask, we should. I mean, I feel like we're gonna go there eventually, right? Whether they die trying or not. I feel like it'd be more beneficial to work with them.
But did you see
mean,
the
I hope.
reception we got back there?
Yeah, I mean that's fair. But more bodies, right?
I mean,
I
most
mean-
of you are like what, 20?
I'm 19.
26.
Yeah, so
23.
very young. It's not always easy to look past that, especially when you've seen a lot of young people die.
A lot older today than I felt yesterday.
Very fair.
Yeah.
Being dealt some shit will do that.
I don't know if I believe him. Just take another sip.
So
I don't
we'll
want to
find
believe
out.
him.
Here comes the denial part.
What would you know?
Destroyed marriage.
A destroyed. Oh, your destroyed marriage. Yeah. No, don't project that on my parents. They were
You
great.
didn't like her to begin with.
At least I'm trying.
Happily
Quiet.
destroyed marriage.
Quiet. I'm trying.
So
Well, you guys look like hell. You should rest.
Oh,
I'm
we
fine.
look like it.
I
I'm
mean, I feel
fine.
beat to
I didn't-
shit, but I'm also
You're
not
hurt.
sleepy.
And I'm pretty sure Calder just lost us a ride, potentially.
Listen,
I think he lost us
I-
some beds too.
I was
While we're
asking
at it.
some fair questions. It's not my fault Cade's an asshole.
Kate is an
How-
asshole.
I mean,
Again, just gotta get
you
used
really
to it.
could, if you wanted to actually get answers instead of responses like that, you could change the way. you
Yeah, I
ask the
could, but you know
questions.
what? I have exactly zero patience for manipulators these days. I've had enough of that in my life. So, when someone like Cade presents themselves and that's literally all he is, yeah, fuck that guy. Yeah.
Yeah, he could have provided us with at least a ride where we wanted to go or useful
And
information.
Maybe
yeah.
he will, if he gives a shit about this guy. And I point off into the distance towards Jordan.
I'm out of sight.
Yeah, well, whatever. Where you went, which is honestly iffy at this point, because he was being kind of a dick to him too.
I think Isaiah has a good point, though. Maybe somebody else does the talking. Redrick, maybe?
Oh, that'll go over great.
I
Good
tried
night.
being nice to him. He was still kind of a dick. He still was like running
Yeah.
in circles and talking in circles. He just likes being a dick.
He did compliment me
not-
before we left, though.
Good for you.
I'm very proud of it. Trust me.
You should be.
The more, though, the more he talked. And I haven't talked with him before today. So I've got less experience than some of you, but the more he talked, less I'm sure he exactly has a grip on himself.
I don't think he knows what he's talking about. I don't remember any in between place. And I do remember my mom dying because that sucked. So I don't
Yours
think he knows
does.
what he's talking about. How many
You might wanna
moms have
slow
died
down
for
just
you?
a little bit. I'm gonna
I'm
take the
fine. She like gets one last swig before he takes it from her.
bottle. Just give it, 30
I'll
minutes. I'll give it back.
Fine.
What? Anybody. What do you enjoy doing?
Holy shit. That is the last question I expected anyone to ask right
I'll
now.
tell you what I enjoy doing.
Everybody
I think we all
fucking
know what
knows
you
what you
enjoy
enjoy
doing.
doing,
It's
Belkin.
pretty open.
We have an
Except
idea.
for you.
What was that? What was
Hey,
that?
nothing.
God, I don't even know anymore.
Not whatever
It's
we've been doing the
important to
past few
keep
days.
those.
Play that much. Oh.
Yeah. It's been probably 13 years since I've had fun. I don't fucking know what I enjoy. Take a big
Give me
swig.
some. I better be there in 30 minutes.
Here you go, kid. Just
Okay.
hand it back to you.
Dear God.
I'm probably the easiest. I like cooking. I like having to help people out. I enjoy making sure people are safe.
I've got an idea then. Let's spend today being safe and having fun. Egg, think you could rustle up something to cook?
And I'll kind of like sit up. I'll look around. Is this barren wasteland? Is there any possibility of trying to find something edible here?
You can always try. You
fucking
the wasteland is beneath you. You now stand in what looks like a field of large reeds.
Nearby,
Rabbits?
rabbits maybe.
Could be.
There happens to be some
Birds?
water, maybe some ducks. I don't know. Depends. I can find something.
Why don't you see what you can rustle up?
Pretty high up. We
Yeah.
could try and bring down some birds.
You know,
That's true too.
we got a bottle. We could get a fire and a pot of stew going.
We don't need a bottle. Why do we need a bottle?
Bottles are fun. Bottles are fun.
A bottle of what?
Sometimes, if you forget how to have fun, it's easy to be reminded when you've got a bottle of liquor.
Mm.
Oh,
It's easy to forget things when you have a bottle of liquor.
It also
Depends
just
on the
kind of
person.
makes everything fun.
Mm. I'm a fun
Yes.
drunk.
Sometimes it goes the other way.
Have you ever drank
experience.
before?
Uh,
No.
So this is probably the most, but
First
yeah.
time.
No, it's not the first time. It's the first liquor. It's not so bad.
Ooh.
Insight check.
Oh, we are
from
in
Belkin. The DM is insight
Okay.
checking you.
We're gonna have to keep an eye on her.
Deception at disadvantage, maybe.
How
There you
long
go.
has it been
You
since
can
she got that
deceive.
bottle?
10 minutes.
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah, I
say.
mean, you don't even have to really. She's being honest. Like, she's had drinks before, but she's never been drunk before. You guys have all seen her drink ale, but yeah, she's never really been drunk. No.
Calder, you're responsible for that one. She jumps off the cliff.
I'm
like I said,
not
I ain't
gonna
saving her.
jump. I'm not gonna jump. I'm fine.
Yeah, Calder like kind of nods and looks down at Ren, and you see like a little smirk. Just kind of looks. Yeah, he just nods.
She's just looking out over the wasteland, just kicking her feet, happy.
Yeah, I got her.
All right. Well, how about this? Red, Calder, Ren, get the fire going. Maybe keep some of that bottle around for later. Egg, go see if you can rustle up something. I'll go see if I can rustle up the last of us.
Sure. Let's get a fire
Do
going.
we see any trees or wood of any kind?
Perception check.
May I make that as
Hey.
well? I mean, if I wanted to go now.
10.
No trees. Just a
Awesome.
field of reeds.
Fuck. I'm gonna locate object.
Tree.
I cast locate object,
Tree.
thinking of like stick.
I'll just dump my torches out on the ground and be
Stick.
like, here, break these.
You get a ping right beneath your feet.
Ah, damn it!
Hey.
You see a stick about this long.
Damn it, you're fucking up my magic.
He just throws it.
It's easy enough to gather kindling and firewood to make a fire. I'm not going to make you guys roll
Alright.
for that. If this was Lord of the Rings or something,
Kind and benevolent,
I would
yeah.
absolutely make you roll for it, but not in this game.
And Isaiah's
And
just
food.
walk off in the direction of
Yeah.
Kingston.
Okay.
You'll be able to find rabbits or birds, whatever you would like to cook. Except for a duck, there is no water on this plateau. You will not be able to find any
Yeah, I'm
waterfowl or anything like that, or
What do you
fish.
know? All I see is reeds.
If you would like to find some small game or something like that, it's easily. If you want something else, it would require maybe a roll.
Oh yeah, we're having fucking hair stew. Let's go.
Yeah.
Okay,
Let's
Isaiah.
go.
I'm just gonna walk off in the direction of Castus, not hurrying to catch up, but following behind. See if he stopped at some point.
Castus.
I'm walking, I'm walking not quick. I basically, after the first burst to get away from the group, I kind of slowed pace. So I'm still kind of walking, just kind of
Okay.
just partially taking in surroundings, partially just kind of falling, just kind of thinking about just everything. It all is around me.
What is around you? Give me a perception check.
Okay. Roll this one. That's a 6.
Oh, how far did you walk? Would you say?
Basically from the start of their conversation of everyone joining to present time, I have just been moving.
Okay. You're just walking along the edge of the plateau here. Just looking at down below you, you can see as you get closer and closer to Hardcastle, just the amount of destruction becomes more and more evident. It's plain just to the average eye. The back half of the city has been ripped completely off. So remember, Hardcastle was built on a hill. The way you're looking at it is from the top of the hill. So just imagine the top half of that city being ripped completely from its foundations. As you get farther and farther along, the small floating islands in the sky, kind of giving this odd jellyfish-like mentality as they hover up and down slowly. Just almost like meteors in the space.
Okay. Eventually, that'll kind of catch my eye, and I'll just slowly just stop, and I'll pull out the pistol, and just kind of just thumb my finger as I was walking. I was thumbing the cylinder, so just make a nice clicking sound with each rotation. Just kind of something to do, something to partially think about, and just be lost in my thoughts, making sure I don't fall off the plateau, but just wanting to just kind of try to forget everything I just learned.
Cool. Unless you're hiding yourself, eventually you will catch up with him, Isaiah.
I'm not hiding. I'm just my pace is slowing to just a very slow walk at this point.
Go up beside you, put a hand on your shoulder, be like, "We're getting something started. If you're ready to come back."
I don't know. About 2 hours ago, my life actually made sense. Is that crazy? Sure, I was running, and I was on this venture with all of you, just trying to fulfill a contract so that I could go back to Elberdur, I could check my mail to see if I heard anything from Aldous. Even when we got back, I'd ask Cade if try to find Castus for me. Maybe one day. Could. You know, two of the most important people in my life. A boy I loved since I was like 8. And the father I never had. But only was a lie entirely. It went from the same person.
I mean,
Now, I don't even know what my father was, what he was involved with. I don't even know what I am. ever feel that way? You just don't know anything anymore?
When I lost everything, I was the one that moved it away from myself. But you know what that means?
Hmm?
That means you get to decide what you are. Because let me tell you, whatever the fuck your father might have been or done is not who you are. However much of Castus and Aldous was Cade, or was Cade spinning a story, it was just a thing that happened to you. Sometimes things just happen to you. But you are always the one who gets to decide who you and where you go from here.
Seems like my entire life, things have just been happening to me.
So maybe it's time for you to happen to life. Yeah, I know I was stretching a bit, but
I tried that actually. After Estes disappeared, I guess Cade doing whatever he was doing during that time. I spent 2 years in Elbador, our Erebar, looking for him.
Yep.
Life just kind of getting progressively shittier, kind of dragged me down to a pretty dark spot. I left, thinking I'm going to strike out on my own, taking the name Castus to honor my friend. What happens? I arrive in Memph after a little bit of time on a boat, and something happens to me again, and I find Cade pretending to pee. Father I always wanted. And even that had to be a complete lie, because when I asked him, yeah, positive, upbeat person you know. Because of that. Because of that lie.
well,
So,
2 things to remember. 1, the best lies always contain some truth. You can't adopt somebody and not have it change you, even in some small way. I never ended up getting married, but a few years ago I found myself with a kid through life happening to her. I didn't pretend to be anybody I wasn't, but you can't do that without some of it being real. Unless Cade is an absolute piece of garbage, which I'm still not convinced of. I think he's just your
That's-
run-of-the-mill shithead.
that's the worst part. That is the absolute worst part of all of this. Is that, in spite of everything, I believe everything he told us. I believe he was being, in his way, very honest with the information that he had. I hate him so much. Here I am, as I am, because of him twice.
Well then, I think we all have a lot to be thankful to him. Because if this you is even partially because of him, that is a great and wonderful thing that he has done for the world. And Isaiah wraps you up in a hug.
Take it. I accept the hug. I just hold on, and he actually begins to start crying. Kind of holds him for a while. Jay kind of just let go and step back, kind of wiping his eyes. He'll reach into his things and pull out the journal. Here. This is, as you know, I don't know how much was actually a real Aldous or a Cade or stolen, whatever it might be. I was holding on to it because it reminded me of Aldous and the hopes I could give it back someday. That's not going to happen. I think that you deserve it. A lot of ideas in there. I want you to have them all.
Maybe someday. But for now, maybe try to remember the eldest that you knew. Whether it was a lie or not, that was a person that you knew that taught you a lot. And for better or for worse, has taught you another lesson. You may not be able to give it back to him, but it's good to remember the people you care about, even if it was a dream. Heck, we've seen my dream come to life. There's no reason your Alda couldn't be out there somewhere.
If he's out there, he's not going to be my eldest.
More metaphorically, I mean, but
Maybe I already found him.
now, come on. We've done enough talking. It's time for drinking and partying.
Yeah, just give me a second longer, okay? Right there.
All right. Don't go too far.
Be right here. I'll be right behind you. Just give me a minute.
You end up having to hear a little bit in the distance. I think the food's ready. Whenever you're, comfortable. Okay.
Aye. Egg all of a sudden learned message and sending.
I can't cast that yet. I need to rest.
Are you leaving?
And as
You
Isaiah gets
know
kind of out of range.
your friend speaks truth. You hear from a voice next to you. Standing next to you is the silver-plated knight, the green shield that you have seen before.
Don't look at him, but I recognize he's there. It's like, did you know the entire time about Aldous and Castus?
Was he what you believed he always was? The father that you've always wanted?
It doesn't make it better. is now I've lost my father twice.
You never lost him. He still exists. Somewhere. Either within him or within yourself. Both do. You call me Zephin. A funny name. Hear him give a soft chuckle. Gifted to me by your father. Though it not be true, I always enjoyed it.
My
When
father-
when I first met your father, I knew he was going to be right one for the job. A good father always leaves something behind, even whenever they are thought forgotten. Whether it be legacy, a name, blood, or memory. They are never gone. Even if it's a brief lesson. Or a stern warning. Or a swift punishment. Those things last forever.
There's power in me. Did you, when Adlith left, took something from me? Then, time later, I got the power back. Do you ever give back what you took? Or is this entirely power Cade was talking about?
Do you want me to be honest with you, Dornan?
Yes.
I never gifted you any power. Never. But I've been ever watchful.
Okay. Okay.
Fret not. As I said before, some things a father leaves can be lasting. Child's hair, child's eyes. Never forgotten.
You would know better than I would. If my father were here, would he be proud of me?
You hear him give a big, deep breath and a long sigh. You know, I do not make myself known to everyone. Only to the fathers most deserving. The most desperate, or the most willing. Your father cared for you more than you ever know. Proud is an understatement.
Thank you. And he's just gonna, not even ever, he's never looked at him at one time and just start walking and kind of start scritching at the Draco in his dragon form, just kind of on his head. And as he's walking, he just again says, "Thank you." Just walks to join the others.
And as you do, you feel a warmth wrap around your body as if you were getting the most loving hug from a proud father after a small victory. The weight almost even collapsing you in your step. For a brief moment, you You continue on.
And I'm crying. I start crying. To join the others.
The others.
Hello.
Hello,
Zaya
others.
comes back
It's
and
us.
just taps on Luke a couple of times, and then it in a little bit of a beat, and then it keeps going, and the magical tinkering is just gonna start playing the Faerunian equivalent of Sweet Home Alabama or something.
Amazing.
Oh fuck.
That's terrific.
Let's go.
We've had enough bullshit. It's time to have fun.
Look what I can do! And then tries to do a handstand.
boy, here we go.
Calder just
Oh,
pushes her
God.
with one finger.
Just like catches it. No fair, no fair. Stop! I can do this. Watch. Look. Hang on.
Yeah, you
Like,
can.
do a handstand.
Poker. I believe in you.
So, Forgotten Few. Eventually, Dornan and Isaiah arrive back at the camp. A fire set up. You said hare stew being cooked in a pot. What's next? What are you guys gonna do?
I guess we're just having a good fucking time.
Yeah.
For a while. I mean, we've only got the one bottle. That's probably not gonna go real quick.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
maybe in an hour or two, Ren's either gonna pass out or sober up a little. So Isaiah's gonna do his best to keep everybody distracted and enjoying themselves until everybody's at a point where they can have like serious discussions again.
I guess what is it after like I'm done cooking and everyone's gotten their food and stuff like that. I'm gonna then join in with Isaiah with music. I have to playing my either playing my hand drum or my pan flute or humming just something, you know. So
Eventually, the night begins to wind down after a bit of fun, R&R. But eventually, after a while, you all come to realize how tired, even though you got a long rest, you truly are. You all accomplished so much in so a short amount of time for such a new group. Coming together and being able to face something like you did begins to weigh on you. Y'all begin to realize exactly what has happened. Hello, special guest of Liam's.
that was my older brother.
Welcome.
So, Forgotten Few, as the night begins to wind down. The fire being stoked by Egg and others. Vulcan says, I don't know if he's coming back.
Yeah.
Okay with that.
Kind of figured that.
Well, you really pissed him off, didn't you?
He deserves it.
Well, at least he could
So-
have given me a ride.
Oh, yeah.
You
You
would
know,
like
right
one
on
to
the
leave
shoulder.
you.
On his back.
You've
Give you a piggyback
completed
ride.
your favor, have
It's true.
Oh.
Pardon? What?
Not to keep talking about that right now, do we?
Oh, we probably should, because what are we going to do now?
Well,
I
it
mean,
sounds
are we
like
set on
everyone-
air bar? Or...
I mean, if we go to Air Bar, I think Ren and I are going to need some help in that regard, since
Yeah, no
we're
shit.
not
I mean,
the most favorite people there.
yeah,
Well,
for sure.
according to Kate, it doesn't fucking matter.
Oh, good point.
Mhm.
He'll find you anyway if he's, I mean, assuming Kate is correct. I feel like, I mean, he said he's surprised they haven't found us already, and maybe they have. We had a couple weird encounters, right? Or maybe they haven't. Maybe Kate's wrong. Maybe your dad's fucking watching out for you.
Not
Maybe he's
finding
dead
you
like
on
my brother
purpose.
said. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Maybe, yeah.
Well, there is the fact that there's a mad demon man trying to free Lord of Chaos as well.
And what do you propose we do about that?
Well, that's why I kind of think Airbar step 1, right?
Yeah.
We know they're
I
connected.
hate to say it, but yeah, we have to go to Air Bar some way. But we have to figure out one. I need a new name because just as a group named Castus,
Up.
gone.
Yeah,
Is
you
gone.
and Ren both probably.
Bob's pretty good. I like that.
I don't really
DM,
think
I
it
have,
matters.
I have a question about that DM. In terms of assuming an identity like I had, would I have just hopped a ship just writing my name, or was there any sort of like documentation I would need? How does that work in this world?
Well, it's depend. Like, what do you mean? Like, if you were to get charter a ship for yourself, like you would
Like
have to.
if I were to assume an identity, because essentially that's what I did. I had to basically I abandoned the name Dorn and Co. Used Castellea as an actual name.
What are
Is there
records?
like
A source of
yeah, like is there sort of
identification?
records?
So the only type of records an individual would carry on them are in like a city's records. Like whenever a child is born, they have to be registered under that city or the district or the government, depending on what city it is. Like Airbar specifically, you have to register a child under a specific name. Some places of employment would require like paperwork to just verify that you are employed by X guild or X employer. That would be under whatever name you would give them, correct? But other than that,
Street rules,
unless
baby.
unless you are on some list that you're not supposed to be, like the City Watch or something, under a specific name or visage, there's no sort of identification that majority of citizens in Faerun carry.
I mean, you
Okay.
can switch up your look the way Ren
Yeah, and
has been.
I kind of
change
tuck
your
my
name.
hair. It's like down to here. Like I love my hair, but I think I'm due for a haircut.
At the end of the day, though, Ren's right. If they want to find us, they will. And anybody
When are
with
you going to
her
change your
or
hair
you
back
are
to
going to be
red?
in trouble.
You
Did
can
I tell
mention
you my hair's
it.
red?
I thought Calder mentioned it. I could be wrong.
I just said the way that she did. I didn't specify anything.
Never mind.
Listen, if you all need IDs, birth, whatever's, I can probably get you them for the right price. I know a couple people who do that kind of thing.
I mean, I don't think we
Regardless.
need to go into all that. Just
If it becomes
shit.
relevant.
Say his name's Bill, dye his hair blonde or something.
I've got hair dye.
I will say, if Kate doesn't show back up, we've got plenty of time to think about it.
Right.
We got a long fucking walk.
We do have, yeah.
Back to Torch, or how back to Elbador in that direction?
Same
Oh,
path,
do we
I
need
think.
to?
Yeah.
The mail you
on
were
the way.
expecting is from Cade, apparently. So
I'm aware, but we've been to 3 cities, so I wasn't sure if we wanted to double back to any of the ones we've been to.
I don't see a point.
And they're all
It's
along
pretty
the same
much-
path. We're gonna hit them either way.
That's why I
The
was
road
asking.
we came down is the
I
road we
guess.
go back up, unless we
Fair
wanted
enough.
to go way out of the way.
I think sooner is better than later.
Fastest road, fastest route.
And what are we going to do there once we get there? Just
Hunt down leads. Try to find out what we can about Ren's brother, about the Five Blades, about this plot.
We know the Five Blades are involved, and we know they're
Right.
there. So,
Right.
best lead we
There's
got.
got to be something we can dig up
we
there.
do have connections in Orpentar, at least a few of them. That if we wanted to head that direction, I don't know how much sway and or pull.
Do you think they
I
know
don't know
more
how
than
much I
Cade?
trust your.
I don't know how much I trust in that. Though I'm just saying, if I were to, I don't know,
He is
ask.
for a man who doesn't have a map. Is Ormpitar out of the way if we're walking?
Not really. You would make a stop here, there, everywhere. I don't know. I've never been to Erevar, but you just even
Hear
north.
that everywhere. I mean, if it's on the way, it might be a good idea. I mean, we might be able to find
Yeah.
something useful to purchase. City that doesn't hate magic.
It's
There is a
idea.
problem at the fort.
Double
If we go to Orpentar, we would have to wrap back around Elbador and go the long way to get to Erebar. They don't really like people from Orpentar, so if we were to take the main road, the quickest road, we would have to get to the fort, and it is controlled by John Death, not Cespish anymore. So,
difficult
may-
for you
Mm.
and Calder and Roderick.
Yep.
And I.
But it's up to you. If we want to make a stop there, I could inquire about who I can get in contact with and see what I can do there. But I don't know really what I'm asking or what I'm looking for. Hey, there's a demon guy searching for.
Well, we have
I
a
really don't
name.
really understand. I really understand the whole premise of what's going on entirely. I don't think any of us do really.
Do we think the Moonstone was a piece of his soul?
Yeah, no.
It's-
No, because it was
No.
obsidian.
Yeah. I think
What
it was
did
part
they
of the
need
I
it
gate.
for?
think
Probably opening the gate,
Right.
something along
But-
those lines.
Cade said that there were like 4 different gates,
Right.
and
it
he said that the
might have
last
been
one was
a-
broken.
Yeah, it might have been
Right.
a part of this specific one that led to the nightmare.
I think so.
Mm.
But we know the gate wasn't made of obsidian; it was just made of stars, from what we saw.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Oh,
Did it not have like a frame or something though?
No,
Mm-mm.
Oh shit.
it just
Good.
disappeared into a hole in the ground.
Could just look like
Maybe
that
it
when
was
it's
some-
open.
Some kind of key to open it.
Maybe. You know what I think? I think my Still knows more than he told us.
Right.
I
That's
think
fair.
everyone that's given us information knows more than they've told us. I don't think.
That's a good point.
fair.
Remember,
That's
remember,
a
very good
everyone
point.
is an asshole.
At
Mm.
least most of them haven't hidden that information. Haven't hidden that they're not telling us everything.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. We found a whole lot out about this Order of the Blue Flame too. I don't know if I don't know if we can trust any of them anymore, to be honest.
Very true.
Mm.
But if we wanted to figure out if something about Il Mater, I believe you said that was my Stel was part of. There is a large order of individuals that are based out of Orbentar that worship him.
Do
They
you
have
think-
a.
Didn't he go back?
He did.
He left
He did,
Albuquerque
yeah.
when we were there.
This is what you
Yeah.
told me.
You said you trusted Indy. Do you think that person's there?
Who?
Yes.
Well, maybe that's a place we could start.
Yeah, do you think they'd know
Somebody who
anything?
knows something.
Who was that?
Oh, Vulcan's friend. Sorry, Vulcan's friend Indy. Sorry, I don't know if I was supposed to say that. Vulcan, sorry.
Indy, she was a friend of Abad whenever they saved me from me running from my home and took me to this part of the world.
So a member of the order.
Yes, I would call her a recruit or so. Didn't have any sway compared to
So-
Abad.
Said she was working with Abad though.
Could-
Yes. Friend of
What'd
mine,
she look
trusted me
like?
greatly. Younger, about Ren's age, maybe even give or take a few years. Blonde in hair, blue eyes.
All right, listen. I need to at least stop by Arabar.
I mean, we're going to Air Bar.
Yeah.
That's
you
our
definitely need
that's
to
our end goal.
renegotiate that contract.
But if
Pretty
anybody
much
was
more
that I was
intimidating.
going to see, I'm just giving options.
Right.
I'm
We're
not
just talking
saying-
about on the way to Air Bar things we might do.
She was my most trusted friend. She showed me how the Abad and them use the blue flame themselves to cast magic and stuff. It's nothing like Cade though. It's something I had to look into. But they actually use blood and cut themselves many different places all over the faces, arms, things of such manners. And I tried to attempt it myself in my research, and with Indy's help, we were not able to accomplish anything, at least in my specific abilities. Did a lot of research,
Oh.
haven't I, about
That's why all the scars. That makes sense.
Seems kind of fanatical.
they have substances they use. Well, I don't remember what she called them, but they almost look like gems, and they would cut themselves with these gems and be able to cast different types of magic. Some protective, some more offensive in their capabilities, but odd stuff. In my
is it
research, go ahead.
Blood magic, or is it a result of the gems?
At first, I thought it was blood magic, but I've seen that and I've studied a lot, but I've never seen anything of the like. In my research, they said that whenever the spell plague first hit, some of the wizards from Ornbantard, they actually were able to protect themselves using such magics from any harm, physical or magical in entirety. That's what they're striving for, is to use it for themselves, however they wish, I'm assuming. I don't think they've quite mastered it, as we see with Cade. He seems to have done it in a different way. We didn't see any scars on Cade, did we?
Not like
Only
that,
when
no,
he
it's-
showed them to us. Not
Yeah.
physical, just blue magical scars.
The difference between Indy and Abad, they were, if you look at their arms, they're physical scars and things are left behind.
Mm.
So I don't think they've mastered it quite as much as somewhat hope. But it is said those that do rule the order is they don't require such practices. It's only acolytes, people who studied it underneath them, that are required to perform whatever it is they perform, a ritual. I'm not quite sure. I've never got the chance to actually study it. It never worked.
Those crystals they were using, did they ever mention the word meth? Because I hear that can do some magical things.
Have you taken meth before?
I've only heard.
What's meth? That's not a weird word.
It's
The
a bad
means of
time
space
that
travel.
feels really good.
Yeah.
Wait, so it's a bad that's a good, but also leads to space?
Yes.
Yeah.
How do you get to
Yes.
space?
Well,
How does a
occasionally.
crystal lead you to space?
I mean, we just
Magic.
saw like
It's all in the magic,
Oh.
baby.
I think we're getting off track here.
I'm just gonna go back. I'm just gonna go back to
All right.
poking the holes.
Isaiah, you okay?
yeah.
Well, that didn't
inspire
sound
a lot of
convincing.
confidence.
I don't believe.
Come on, out with it.
Gotta love
We've
it.
all shed some weight today.
Yeah, nobody's okay. Just spill.
I was just. I miss home.
Well, I don't.
Insight check. 15.
He genuinely misses home.
I
It's
want to
not
know if there's
necessarily
more to that.
everything he misses, but
Is
he
that-
does
is that a-
genuinely miss home.
Is that a deflection?
Home is not the same word as Arabar.
If it was higher than
Yeah.
15,
Out
I
there.
would give you some extra insight into what I say is feeling, but I will let him be the judge of his own emotions at the moment.
Literally at the moment, he's well. No, like I said, that's not everything, but it was true.
Sure.
Yeah, no, I didn't disbelieve that. I just wanted to see if there was more.
You know what I miss?
Sure.
You know what I miss? I remember when I was like 10. Just playing hide and seek in the junkyard. It's
Mhm.
super dangerous, but it's so much fun. 'Cause you got to find a bunch of just random shit you can play with, and just kind of forgetting that all around outside of that junkyard is just a shithole called Airbar. But you
You
just
know,
kind of got to forget your life for a
I
minute.
thought you were gonna go with like, your favorite baked good or like sex or something, but nah, playing in the junkyard. All right.
I'm just saying, I don't know about you, but my childhood, in spite of recent revelations, was probably part of the best part of my life for a while. That's what I miss. I just miss forgetting all of this and just being a kid, even a poor kid. It was nice.
The world was a lot smaller.
Yeah.
It's
I
a
wouldn't
lot
have
worse where
exactly
you can be
called
happy in a smaller world.
wouldn't have exactly called hiding in the junkyard fun, but okay.
Oh,
Take
you
that
didn't
one.
play with us.
Sounds
Perhaps
disgusting.
It's because you couldn't find me.
Exactly,
Not
you would have
really.
won.
I would have won. I always won hide and seek. But I hid on the roofs. My brothers never thought to look there.
It's because you're just so damn
That
small.
feels like cheating.
Not
Could they even get up there?
cheating. I mean, yeah, we could all get up there, but that was my favorite spot.
It's been a long time since I've even thought about what is fun. Reading. I've always liked that.
I know it's fun. Everyone up. Everyone stand. Come on, up, up, up. Everyone up. Come on.
Stand.
Why do I have a feeling I'm going to be disappointed?
If this is like some kind of team building icebreaker, I'm gonna fucking punch you. Stand up.
Okay.
Gonna chug some water.
I kind of lean over to Ren and kind of whisper. I'm gonna actually whisper.
Oh my gosh.
A message to you.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, here we go.
We're playing telephone.
I don't think this will work.
I'm
What
trying
are
to
you
do
doing?
this. Hang on a second. I'm
What are
gonna
you
try.
doing?
I'm trying. How's that message? Here we go.
Are you doing it on Discord or
You're
on
like
Roll20?
typing something.
On
There it is.
Discord. Ready? Ready?
Oh god.
Yeah, I'm gonna get you.
And I slap her arm, say tag, and I just bolt.
I just run and slap the nearest person to me, whoever that is. Just gently.
Just misty
Oh,
steps away from all of you.
I'm moving. I'm out.
I'll get Red. I'll just like tag him real quick and be like, "You're it."
Can I dodge it?
Run off.
Or am I?
You can try. Dexterity saving
All
throw.
right. Good luck.
No. Acrobatics.
It's so much worse.
No.
It's actually exactly the same.
Is it just a straight acrobatics
roll
for
it
him, or is it
anyway.
opposed?
Well, contested acrobatics.
Is it what? You know what? Roll it at disadvantage because you suck.
Wow. Okay. 11.
Yikes! Yikes!
No, because you just weren't expecting it. Is the
Yeah.
reason that you wasn't. So 11. I think that's quick enough for her to tag you, wouldn't you say?
Oh yeah.
You just get
Especially
slapped.
since I've sobered up.
You just get slapped by running arm. She says tag. Bolts.
And everyone's like gone.
Yep.
Everybody's
Well,
picked up on it by now.
All right. I'm gonna start running after someone. Who can I still see? Yeah.
Give me a perception check.
That's a rage. All right. Let's see.
Everyone roll me stealth checks.
Okay.
Oh, this is such a bad
That's even
perception.
the point.
Connor stands there next to the fire, doesn't give a shit.
Of course,
Yeah.
this is the
That's
only
all
time
bad.
Isaiah rolls well.
I
Why
know,
did you roll
right?
bad?
Yeah. You do.
You guys have a chance. I rolled very low. Not that
Perception
low.
You
check.
but
never had a chance.
13.
What's your
My
perception check?
perception
What's
is
your-
11. Who do I see?
Anyone roll
Raise your
below an
hands.
11?
All right.
You run around and you don't see.
Oh wait, no, yeah.
Okay, then I'll go chasing Calder.
Come.
They're gonna... I'll just listen and chase him.
Eventually you
Do
pick-
I
I'm
see him
going-
coming for me?
I'm going 50 feet around.
Yeah. Do I see him
Probably
coming?
do.
100 if I'm
Probably not
dashing.
Hold person.
Oh my god.
Wisdom save.
Wisdom save? Alright.
Yeah.
Can I do anything about this? No.
Amazing.
Can
I do anything about this?
Fucking 12.
You let him
You're
get
running after
within
me and you
10
just
feet first.
lock in place. No, and I start running again. Enjoy the next minute, asshole.
And as you're running, Ren, as you're hiding, you hear something. Give me a perception check.
Okay.
Your dad.
Oh god, I hope
Yeah.
that. Ooh, okay. 19 plus what is it? 7 now? Yeah, it's 26, right? Yeah. Yes,
First thing
26.
that instantly draws your attention is that your heart is racing quicker and quicker as you found the perfect hiding spot.
I
You
did. I
think
got a
you're-
26.
You think they're never gonna find you, and you hear the caw of a hawk, and you see it flying pretty low overhead, and it seems to land near the brightness of your of the fire.
Ooh.
We're
Okay.
gonna take a break right there.
Ah!
Hey!
Shoot
Very
it. Shoot it.
We're going on break. We'll catch you
She's
guys
not
soon.
Castus, all right? She
Kill
doesn't
it.
shoot everything that you.
Should we turn the audio
We
on?
are back.
Hey! Welcome back.
Welcome back, everybody. That's all. Hope you had a nice break. We did.
Welcome back, everybody.
Evan definitely did.
We're in your
Stop
band for the rest of the night. You can go home.
Discussion for nights off. Anyway.
So, Ren, where we left off, you saw a hawk. A familiar hawk, maybe. You never really got to see the hawk that was following you before.
Once.
Maybe. Do you remember? Because I don't. All right.
I do. It was outside Hardcastle. It was outside
saw
my
it.
range. I couldn't shoot it. I didn't want to shoot it.
You know what? You saw the hawk. It's a similar hawk. And it flew towards your camp.
You said it landed by
As
the
you
fire.
all- well, you can't tell because you're now laying in a bed of reeds. You can just see the light of your campfire off in the distance. It was heading that direction and it was descending. The rest of your party screaming and yelling and giggling at each other as you run through these reeds and play hide and seek and or tag, whatever you want to call it.
Hide and tag.
Hide and tag. All right, I'm gonna poke my head up and see if I can see where the hawk landed.
Perception check.
No. 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 This is in jail. That was a 1. So 8.
No, you cannot. You cannot see where the hawk is.
Okay. Do I see Redrick frozen in place?
50 feet from the campfire.
Oh, really?
It's like-
The reeds are thick. You can't really see to like any of your party members.
Okay.
They stand probably, to your eye level even.
All right. I will try to stealth my way back towards the campfire.
I'll check.
Different dice. Okay. 25.
25.
Yes.
Plenty of cover in those reeds.
You begin to move quietly like you always do. And as you get closer and closer to the camp, as the campfire is kind of shining and it is beginning to get dark out. I mean, the sun has now vanished, so nothing but the teeniest bit of light shines off in the atmosphere. You can see the shadow of an individual kind of stops you. Like someone's moving past the fire, casting a shadow.
Do I have like a sense of their shape? Does it look familiar? Is it tall? Is it humanoid?
Give me an investigation check, just to see, as it is quickly moving past.
What is that? +8? Yeah. 17? Yeah, 9 + 8 is 17.
It seems humanoid. It seems like a human's walking past the fire.
Okay. I'm
Humanoid
going to.
figure, I shouldn't say human.
Yeah. I guess I'll try to creep a little closer and see if I can get a better look at it, and also see if I can see any of my party members to make a connection.
As you get closer and your eyes kind of slowly begin to, your vision kind of slowly opens up to a small space that you called your camp. You do see an individual laying on the ground, leaning up against one of her bedrolls is Velkin. She's reading a book. On someone else's bedroll across from her now sits a hawk.
I'm going to make a connection to Velkin and be like, hey, heads up. That bird is watching you.
Yes, I know. It's been here for a couple of minutes now. Keeping me company.
Okay. Did it? Okay, I'll come out. And I will, just for shits and giggles, try to make a connection to the bird.
No connection.
No connection. All right.
Bird, meet Ren. Hawk, Ren, Hawk. It just appeared not too long ago. I think it was
Yeah.
the one that was following us.
Yeah, it looks like it. Hi, bird. Do you have any form of communication? No.
It just flaps and takes off
I
over the
could
plateau.
shoot you. Okay.
The hawk itself, similar to an everyday hawk, the white chest with the speckled brown feathers. Its feathers itself on the outside of the wings are all brown, has coats dots of white and black here and there. The beak was long and yellow. It did have coverings over its eyes, like a hawk that is trained, leather coverings. And as it took off, took over towards the wasteland of the plateau. Or not the plateau, but of the wastes that are beneath the plateau.
Okay,
It did
I'm gonna
leave
follow it with my
something
eyes.
behind.
Oh, did it? Okay, I'm gonna check that.
Let's get your attention. It is a little leather pouch with a golden string, kind of holding it tight.
All right, I will walk over to the pouch and I'll say to Belkin, "Hey, what do you make of this?" And I'll kind of like peek at it to make sure I don't think it's, I don't know, fucking bomb.
It looks like a bomb. No, it looks like a pouch. Someone
Here.
sent us a gift.
I guess so. And I'll open it.
Before did you do that, make sure it's not a bomb. Oh,
Yeah, well, I'll check to make sure it's not a bomb. Yeah, I said that.
as you open it, you can feel it has some weight to it. It's almost like there's moist at the bottom. As you open it, you see a hand. And you instantly close it back up, just of instinct.
I'm gonna open it again.
You see a hand. Apparently removed from someone's body. As you can see, it's been cut or removed from the wrist, and blood kind of sits at the bottom of it. The hand's small.
Small, like childlike, or
You'd have to take it out to get a 100% look, but yes, it's small as if it was a child's hand.
Can't
Falcon.
hide forever.
uh,
Here in the distance.
just gonna say Belkin, and I guess she can probably hear the seriousness in my voice, and I'll
I get the
I
other?
guess I'll just, yeah, and I'll very gingerly, like, 2 fingers, pick it up.
Why
look
are
at
you
it.
touching that?
Well, I had to get a better look at it. Does it look like a kid?
She's
I'll
gonna
like
send
lay
a
it on the pouch.
She's gonna send a
so-
message to all of you. Just, we had a visitor. Left us a present. We should probably get back to camp. One by one, she sends it to all of you.
I'm just gonna wait in the bushes right outside of camp to see who else gets back first.
I'm not really that far. I'm really not that far. I just like stand up out of the reeds and like I can just look over just to see you guys.
Yeah, you just see heads start popping up.
Like bird hugs.
Yeah, Calder will run back into camp, like sword and shield out, like looking around.
We're all like
Damage has
bloody.
been
The first
done.
one that
can
you
put
see is
away.
Isaiah and Ook, who are probably just, slowly walking back to camp.
I'm just like, fuck. Isaiah wouldn't think it's funny. Damn it. And I'm just like, I just come out of the bushes and just like, normally, like, what happened? What's going on?
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm holding it. It's on top of the leather pouch, and I'm just like, what color is it? You said it's small, like a child.
Pale. It
Okay.
stinks.
Somebody's sending us a really gruesome message.
Are there any, like, I don't know, like markings, scars?
So, attached to it, around its index finger, is tied a piece of parchment, kind of stained with blood.
Oh boy.
Take it and open it.
I have a very bad feeling about this, but
That's my mouse.
Yeah.
is the hand recognizable at all? Like, do we recognize who it came from, what race it is, anything about it?
You can give me a medicine check.
Look, dude.
Can I try to figure out if it was either cut off, sawn off, or not?
8.
Sure, medicine check.
Okay.
I got an 8.
Come on, Ducky Die. Ducky Die does not like dismembered hands. That is a 7.
7 and an 8. Perfect. Neither one of you know.
I know a little
Whether it's
better.
been
Though.
torn off,
I know a
cut
little
off.
bit better though. Like one better.
You know a little bit better for a different question.
I'm not.
Do you read it?
I do.
It says, Dornan,
Hmm.
application accepted. I will be awaiting you in Erebar. Come find me.
No.
Postscript. So you are alive. We'll be
Me.
seeing each other soon.
What's happening?
Woo! Woo!
Door,
Oh,
what does this mean?
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. Doesn't seem like the kind of application you want to put in. So, what?
Did the postscript say Poe at the end?
so you are alive. We'll be seeing each other soon. Signed, Poe.
Oh, this is like the worst thing that could happen. This is just like shit icing on a shit cake for the shit buffet.
Why
Hello,
would you
shit.
get a ship buffet?
Oh, Agnot now, please.
What's the application accepted bit?
I have absolutely no idea. But the problem is that Wyland Poe now knows where I am.
In the hand?
Oh, he likes to remove body parts.
Oh, good.
But
So the fucking hawk we were trying to shoot like a month ago
Was
that
probably
his.
Poe's. Yeah.
Awesome.
The hand,
Fantastic.
it's gnomish. If you wanted to know.
Okay.
I thought, well, hold on.
That might be just a message.
Insight check. I don't believe that. You know, there's too many secrets in this group that have been revealed. Hey, that's
Weevil
a
gains
sick
trust.
key.
Egg has lost it.
I've been upfront since the start.
The only thing, so just for the only thing he can think of is when he went to find Dornan in the first place, he had come to Mimph where Aldous lived. Aldous was a gnome. And while Cade might have been portraying him as such, it's possible he might have found the real Aldous or found a gnome in his place to send a little message.
Bad either way. Woof.
Application accepted, though. You don't have any idea what that means, and Ren's just going to kind of like look at the hand and
Would I have
gingerly set it down.
Yeah.
concept of what this
You would.
means? I would.
If you remember, a while ago, you had sent a letter
Oh no!
to Aldous, asking if you, as an aspiring apprentice, if you would accept his application to become an apprentice.
That was the letter. Shit. I relay this information as suddenly I grow very pale.
Oh, woo! We got some shit going on.
We have a problem.
To Erebar we go. Let's do it.
There's one other thing. There's also this, and you can see Valken pick up the sack as she was kind of investigating the hand. Do you know what this is? She throws it to you, Dornan.
What is it?
A pocket watch. Not one that you carried, but one that Aldous carried for some time. Not similar to the one that he was looking at before this evening. Aldous used to carry a very particular pocket watch, peculiar in make, brass in color, the symbol of a moon on the back of it. This is that exact watch.
Oh.
Just when we thought we knew what was happening. Interesting.
Oh,
Great.
Was Cade lying?
I
Or
Well, Aldous was a real person well before
sure,
Castus ever showed up on the store.
sure.
Do we know that?
Yes. I've helped prepare a lot of his work.
did I just get him killed?
Or his
Well,
hand cut off at the very least, I guess. I mean, unless, like you said, this could be a placement holder. No, fuck, that's
Um,
not funny. I don't know why I'm laughing.
It's really weird. It's okay.
Sorry, that was my fault.
Nervous laughter.
Yeah.
DM, remind me. Did I? So, when Castus first showed Isaiah his gun and mentioned Tinkertop,
Mm.
I remembered the name. I remembered he was huge and Erebar did a lot
Mm.
of like public works or something like that. And then I thought he had either. Did I think he had retired or died before Castus?
He just,
mentioned
it was, you weren't really sure. He just kind of, his work diminished and his name also kind of diminished with it.
Well,
Whether or not Tinkertop was a real person or it was Cade the whole time, you don't know. Now that you made that realization.
You said Poe is the Five Blades, right?
Yes, from my understanding, a very influential and a very dangerous one. Cade was not lying when he was saying that.
Yeah, the
His
one he
first name
said
was
specifically
Island?
we didn't want to fuck with.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well,
Well, if it
he's
makes
looking
you,
for you, but not me. So, Cade's missing something.
and if it makes you feel any better, they would have sent his head if he was dead. I mean, that's how it usually goes, at least. So
yeah, if they keep him alive, they can do this again.
there you go.
If
Oh.
this is him.
Yeah.
No, I have no doubt in my mind that this is Wyland Poe sending me a wonderful message.
Yeah, sure.
I am very sure.
Red.
Yeah.
Would sorry, Red.
Oh.
Um,
Yeah.
would you say your friends are opposed to the Five Blades and Erebar?
You know, I've been thinking about that, and the best answer is that their only ally is profit. So, if we can convince them that it's profitable, we could pretty much get them to do anything we want. Convincing them's the hard part.
I assume that'd be a large task to try to convince them of that,
Yeah, wouldn't be easy.
given how entrenched the blades are.
Yeah,
Well, I
they
mean,
got a foothold. From what I understand, they're all over Faerun, so they want Arabar, but it's not easy with the blades there.
well, I mean, if we wanted to, I mean, would the best use be like, I don't know, gold or something? Could we like buy them?
I don't think we have enough for that.
You know,
Yeah,
How
a
much
little
maybe the good old
expensive.
"the enemy of my enemy is my friend."
That's
might
more
work.
what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Even
Well-
then, they're not gonna. If your organization, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. They don't seem quite as large.
Not in Arabar. I
I
haven't.
don't expect they're gonna want to start a like a gang war
Probably
with a group like the Five Blades.
No,
Not
from
yet.
from my understanding, the blades when they really kind of just swept through Erebar, it was essentially a bloodbath. They pushed from what I was told, which I don't know how true any of this is anymore, but the Eclipsing Moon had a decent foothold, at least in part of it, but Five Blades came sweeping in, and they did not last very long. So they are not a small force, and since they seem to have the backing of the Lord of Erebar, it's probably even worse now.
We can always just change the Lord.
I was gonna say, Hear me out. We go in. We dismantle the whole thing.
We take them down top to
Oh,
bottom.
no.
Here's the plan.
Yeah. Kill the Lord. Kill all 5 of the heads of the 5 blades. Scatter
mean-
the organization to the winds.
We do know somebody who's good at taking other people's places.
Yeah, but he's also terrified of being an Erebar and near the 5 blades because he's being
That's
hunted
fair.
by who he claims to be the ultimate blue flame hunter.
Do we know, DM? Do we know? Would I know who the other heads of the blades are, or have some idea of who they might be?
No, the only reason that you even know that there's a Wyland pose because of your
Because he came
past.
looking for me. Okay.
We've got
The Five
themes 1
Blades
through
is a
4
name
and
that is
Puzzle.
feared, but how the organization is run, who it's run by, is done discreetly and under the pocketbook and protection of the Lord of Erebar.
Do we even
So
know how many?
you just know that they run the city.
Gotcha.
They control trade, commerce, districts. As far as you know, the
Gotcha.
rumor has it.
But we don't know how many heads there are, like people on pose level.
People assume it's 5, right? That's a rumor
Just
that
from
you
the
all have
name.
heard because from the name.
That's the rumor he would have heard, is that there are
Right.
5 heads, but obviously
Right.
information is sketchy at this point.
And they are not what they claim to be, so who knows?
Who was the Decino family again?
They were
Some
the
merchants, right?
Yeah.
Or like they're big in trade or something?
yes.
business?
So they were one of the head families that controlled the economy of Erebar. Essentially, they run the banking system. Essentially,
Old
And
money.
we do
Master
know
of
the Blades
coin.
had a bar. Yep.
Hmm.
We need more information.
Just sucks that the only place, well, the best place to get it is also the worst place for us to be.
Yeah, we are
Yeah,
jumping
the
into the
absolute
cold.
worst.
Oh, how much? How much do we have? If we wanted, there's got to be other people like us willing to bust a few heads for money.
I have no idea.
We do have those. Isaiah will root around in a bag and like take 2 like leather sacks and just dump them on the ground and be like, "We never did see what Kirkor and his friends had." I'll start like rooting through the gems and coins to see what was there.
Also, that means if this came from, if this letter is a response for the one I sent, Mimph is now off limits.
I don't really feel good
You-
about bringing anybody else in. Sorry, just because however
No.
much money we have, they certainly have more.
Yeah.
Right.
Hired hands will go to the highest bidder.
Also, they probably know where that letter came from
Yeah.
if they have.
Alberdor would, because I would have had a return address
Yep.
to the post office there.
Super.
And we all gave our
Albador's-
names.
It's worse that the hawk knows exactly where to drop off the.
Oh.
Yep.
Right.
They know
Yeah.
exactly where we are right now.
Why haven't we shot that?
Shoot that hawk.
yet? Yeah. Why,
We shoot it the next time we see it. I am killing that hawk.
Yeah, well, I had a shot, and then Castus burned me, or whatever. So,
It was a bit of magic-y weirdness, if I remember correctly.
yes, it was.
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
So, basically, we're fucked no matter where we go.
Yes.
And I look in the direction of the rift. It wouldn't be the first time we've jumped into a snake's nest, so just fucking go for it, right?
I don't think we have a choice.
I don't
It's
either.
always better to hunt than to be hunted. Well, yeah, pretty much.
Well, then let's hunt some blades.
Falcon, do you know if we were to go to Orpentar, do you know of anything that might be able to get from your friends that might be able to at least hide me or me and Ren? Anything that try to minimize them tracking us?
I don't think I have
Anti-divination?
really much pull there. I just have two friends.
Do you know of anything that
there's a lot of
exists
people.
that could hide us?
Well, of course, there's all sorts of chanted items, spells that hide people's locations. I don't have the capability, but those things do exist.
Do you think that might be an Orbitar?
I've never been there. I don't know, to be honest.
Probably, definitely more so than our.
Yeah.
Because we need something. We can't go in the error bar when they're actively.
Well, there
following us.
is still half a city if we can get to it.
That's a half a city that we weren't super welcome in either.
I mean, the people that didn't
That's not
want
the
us
worst
there might
idea.
not be there anymore.
It's not the
Probably
worst
are.
idea. There could be something there.
Yeah.
Well, and I'll just kind of like look at Calder and see what his face looks like.
I mean, does it look like anyone would have survived that situation?
Half of the city still stands, but in crumbled ruin.
Listen,
Is
I don't know how the
castle
fuck
in
we'd
the
even
air
get
or
up
in the
there. It's in the air. Or no, the castle's on the ground, right?
Half of it is removed.
Yeah,
Half of it.
yeah.
The back half of the castle.
I mean,
I wasn't being
don't know
serious.
where the
I'm not.
vault
You
was.
really don't think a magical
We're not.
dampening
I don't-
hiding device is going to be in the crumbled ruins of Hardcastle? But if we want
I
to
don't want
go,
to go there.
But they probably did have a lot of money in that castle. Could be used
well,
to
let's just hope it's
buy
not in the back half
a
of the
lot.
castle.
Assuming we don't have to like fight survivors or plague changed monsters.
Oh, yes.
So my vote, if we're gonna go anywhere, is Zarabar, because that was kind of where I wanted to go in the first place. And
Airbar's
at
final
least, if
destination.
anything,
Yeah,
That is that is where we will be going. Just
Right.
what route we take to get there is what matters.
correct.
Plus,
I-
if we were going to commission something to hide you, we would probably have to commission something to hide all of us, and that could get quite pricey. If I don't have any pool and I'm Ormpentar, who knows? Could take time to get something like that crafted as well.
Fair.
I mean,
We can always check.
I could try and work on something, but it's still gonna take time.
Frederick, do you know if your people might have something like that?
Probably the higher ups, but nothing I can get my hands on. Although I could, they have safe houses in the city, and we have enough gold to use them for days at a time. I guess I don't know, but could be something.
Unless
Physical hiding spots, at least.
they specifically went and found the information the mayor had in Elbowger. My house, the routes I know, under the city should be fine. I've got some room. Be a little tight.
I think
And it's really hard to get into. So
that's good. I think magical sight is still an issue.
I can help a little bit, an hour at a time, but from one of us or three of us. No, one of us for an hour at a time.
I mean, they knew exactly where to send the hawk.
Physical eyes are
now-
different than magical eyes. If they have physical eyes on us at all times, it would be much harder to hide.
So I mean, that's a
sounds like you
question.
wanna-
Are they tracking us or are they tracking me?
I think it probably started with
Yes.
you, but they are probably aware of the rest of us at this point. So if they stop seeing you, like if we manage to scrounge up some anti-divination bullshit for you, then they would probably just swap to looking for one of the rest of us. We'd have to, like Velkin said, we'd have to cover all of our asses at the same time for it to be effective.
And even then, we still got a hawk following us.
Yeah,
Until I see it next.
if we see that.
When I see
shit
the hawk,
get-
I look for the hawk. I'm looking for the hawk.
Falcon check.
Had some luckies to burn. Damn it. No, that's bad. Like an 8.
You don't see a hawk. The dead
Well,
of night.
Well, I mean, I guess Isaiah, I don't really. I mean, I know. To me, this is very precious, expensive, useful, but I don't know. I guess for the rest of you, what can we get for this? And I'll pull out the brick, the black brick that we had pulled out of the ground that is covered in gold
Oh.
that we was assumed to be obsidian, but I really don't know. Is obsidian? It's just under the assumption that it is, from what I know.
And it's got a couple inches of gold on top.
Obsidian might be more valuable than gold.
That's
Sitting how rare
that's
it
what I
is.
was. That's what I was thinking.
Do I have any concept of, like,
Pricing of obsidian?
yeah?
Nah. It's a rare material. By the way, as you finish up counting, 2,174 gold in total. A mixed coinage of silver, bronze, and gold. It totals to 2,000. Yeah, what I just mentioned. So.
Where do we get that gold from?
Parkour and ankle biter.
Oh, the three.
Right.
The three
Yes.
people you murdered in the crypts.
Completely forgot about them.
Wow.
There's been a lot of trauma since then.
That's how bad it's gotten.
And
Those
we just
fucking
never
assholes.
counted it. So
Hey, maybe they lived.
while he's sitting there, he'll put it out into piles.
Anyone can be alive now.
Do you want to add that
Somebody
to like
wants-
the bag of holding, the handy haversack rather?
Who is carrying the
Whatever, we
haversack?
could
That's
divvy
you,
it
right?
up.
That's you,
Velkin.
Joel.
Velkin has a handy
Okay.
haversack.
Either
Perfect.
way. Sure.
Please keep track of that on her Beyond sheet, please.
I have it on our D&D Beyond sheet,
Thank you.
so I just have to add.
Yeah. I mean, do we want to do that or divvy it up?
What do we want to do?
I mean, it's just coinage. We've been divvying everything up to this point. One as well.
Well, hold on. Let's put it together. We can have a group rank. It's
No,
we're
no,
a
not
group
if
now.
she's holding the
Everybody
bag. We're
split up,
divvying
it's
it
harder
up.
to steal.
And no
Let's
offense,
split it
Sticky
up, let's split it
Fingers,
up.
but you don't have
Redrick,
the best
if I
track
give you
record.
my cut, would you feel more comfortable?
How would that work? Why?
When
Just
you're holding
everyone
all
gets
the
their own
money.
cut. It's gonna be the same as my cut
Gonna
if I
steal
get
it
it.
back.
Fine.
It's 310 gold, 5 silver, and 7 copper.
5 silver, 7 copper.
And that's
Roll
for all
310,
7 of
5
us. 310,
Cool, cool.
5, 7.
Cool. I'll add the Velkins.
Thank you, sir.
310.
I mean, this will help a bit if we want to work with what Miso had. That'll help a bit.
Yeah, imagine
I-
some
I've
of that
got-
would fetch some coin.
Should have
Got
buried it.
a few
with him.
things.
Shinies.
We didn't bury him.
Well, burn it, whatever.
I think Miso would understand.
You know he wouldn't. He would probably kill all of us in our sleep if he knew we kept his gold. He's
Yeah, but
probably
at the
haunting
same
us right now.
time, If one of us died, he would take whatever we had on us. So it's only fair.
It is only fair.
True,
Honoring
but
his
it's
wishes.
Mizo. He is probably haunting us, and if any of us die, he will be the one to kill us in our death.
I hope so.
Sounds fun.
It'd be a
Okay.
great fight. Short but great.
So, it sounds like we're definitely headed to our bar,
Yeah.
and we
Yeah.
want to stop at Orbitar on the way.
I would
That's
rather just
useful.
take the most direct route right there, but that's just me. I don't know. Feels like it's gonna
It's just
cause a lot of trouble going around the other way. We're gonna get delayed. We're gonna have to.
Unless we have any
Fight some
questions for
monster in the
Indy
woods.
or we have a reason to stop there, I don't really see a point.
Yeah.
the point is, we might be able to find something useful there that we won't find in our bar when we're having to sneak around and be all.
I've never been there, nor have I ever been there at a bar, so either or.
They don't like magic or
Well, I know that.
humanoids.
But if it is as street rat as I think it is, you never know what you might be able to find.
Right.
Mark
It's
it.
true.
And
I bet
when you're
Red
in
could get us in
Erebar,
touch.
yeah, and when you're in Erebar, money is magic. You gotta understand that money can make anything happen if you have enough of it. So, especially the
Maybe it's
people
best
we're
we
gonna be
hold on to
dealing
it
with.
then.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't just have to deal with those people. There's the statue we want to take a look at.
True.
Maybe the docks.
I thought you said it got taken away. The statue.
It was broken, but it was still there. And somebody has to have a record putting it up.
Does anybody know how to cast invisibility?
Yep, that's what I was talking about before
Okay.
with helping people out.
Cool.
But I can only do it one person at a time.
Well, let's just say we don't have a plan to hide ourselves when we get there. What then?
Go
They already
through
know we're
Red Roosters.
coming.
Lay low.
The sewers might. I can't believe I'm saying this, but the sewers might not be a bad plan.
Yeah, I think between Redrick's people and Isaiah's knowledge of the underbelly.
It's usually a little farther down than the belly by the time it gets to me.
Frederick, how do
Okay,
you, are you
the
able,
undercarriage then.
So
Frederick,
much
how are you
poop
able to
tonight.
contact your people?
Wait, is sewers where you guys go to like go?
No, so all of the water and waste that the people in the city generate that has to go somewhere goes through the sewers and out of the city. It's how we take it all out of the city.
When you go,
Instead
it
of
goes
everybody
there.
having to go a couple 100 feet away and dig a hole.
Yeah, that would be a really big hole. I don't think you'd fill
Yeah.
that hole.
Or a lot of different holes. And just ruin all the farmland. around
Is this
the
what's
city.
important right now?
Yeah, that was a good question for Red.
Yeah.
I mean, he
Red-
asked.
I had a contact that I would meet up with, day of the week, month, matched up. He'd be in a certain place, so I could find him if we need to, as long as he's still around. We haven't gone for that long, though.
Okay.
What?
Can I have a second with you, real quick, Frederick?
Sure.
Are we doing
step away for-
sidebars in the middle of a
Just-
group discussion right now?
Just a quick sidebar that will be 2 seconds, okay?
What?
Secrets?
What happened to no more secrets?
No promises not to share whatever this is immediately as soon as we get
That's
back. but
fine.
Okay.
That's fine.
Should I close my
And,
ears?
We can still hear you.
It's fine. And so I kind of lean in. I take kind of remove a piece of paper, and I write a name on it. And I want to message you that name. Cool.
Sure.
Frederick.
What's the secret messaging we have going
know,
on here?
it's-
Like, Joel's found a new hobby.
Yeah.
Exactly. I like
Ooh,
secrets.
Discord private messages.
And so I'll write a name on the paper and hand it to him. Like, when we get to Erebar, if if we manage to get, if you manage to find your contact, can you please? And I'll pay what I can. See if they can find this person and get her safe.
Sure. Yeah, I
Does
can
the DM
ask.
get looped in on who you wrote?
I
or
was just
does-
about to
I
private
don't know.
message it to
It's
you.
Yeah, it is.
Like,
It's
shoot all
for
around.
the DM. Yeah, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, message him. Gotta keep everyone a
I got
secret.
it.
Message him.
Jesus.
No one else
Fucking
will know, I
private message
promise.
triangle here.
Castus still doesn't trust us.
Give me more names so I can kill them all.
Well, yeah, that's about right.
Someone important?
Something like that.
All right.
Just, given everything, just want to keep them safe.
As soon as we get back, I'll put the word out.
And we'll walk back.
Are you done kissing?
Yes, he has very tender lips.
Okay, let's not go too far.
Wow.
Can I take my fingers out of my ears?
Yes, Egg, you can take your fingers out of your ears.
I look to Velkin. We're not the hot
Oh.
couple in town anymore. Yeah, that was a very pregnant pause.
Falcon's losing interest.
Woo!
So, what is the... Are we going to try to avoid Elberder or Torsh, or are we going to just head straight there through them?
We don't even
Expecting
know
some
if
sort of
those
resistance.
towns exist anymore.
Yep.
Yeah.
If
We just gotta start moving tomorrow
Yeah.
morning.
Do
And-
we have a way to reach out to Cade? Is it worth trying?
I
for a
mean,
ride?
I could try sending.
Calder, I think the only way he's gonna give us a ride is if you get on your knees and beg. And I
Well,
don't
fuck
think you
that.
want to do that.
We'll start walking tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, the towns are on the way anyway. The only road I know. So.
I find some horses.
Well, the towns might be full of like plague demons now, so
Well, we're not going to go
plague
anywhere in the
demons.
middle of the night. I will start setting up the dome while you all discuss this.
oh yeah, good plan.
Okay. I take plague
we
demons
should-
over Poe any day.
We haven't tried one yet.
Yeah.
That goes smoothly, but we should also, if we can, and it does exist, we should stop in Elder, because I believe that's the only place all of our names were written down or given.
Thought that was Torsh.
Or
Torsh, we gave him the Forgotten Few.
in our names.
They took our
Elder,
names.
we
as well.
gave the mayor our names.
We gave, yeah, I literally just listened to the episode. We gave him our names at Dorsh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hopefully Torch doesn't exist. But that's,
Wow.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Wasn't
Hell
the
yeah.
last we heard of the mayor, wasn't she in Orpentar? I
She
believe.
was summoned
Yes.
Yeah.
to answer for
Called
what had
in for
happened.
questioning.
Indisposed.
Yes.
and in Torch it was the Emerald Enclave, not Torch.
Yeah.
Right.
So that
Correct.
information probably would have headed to Hardcastle. Actually,
Yeah.
Maybe.
the Tempest and Torrent were from an Emerald Enclave location in or around Hardcastle, right?
So they were based. You don't know where they were officially from, but they were there investigating things that were happening in and around Hardcastle. They had set up a base of operations in Hardcastle. Whether it was permanent or temporary, you don't know.
Hey, could you send a message to them?
I mean, not
Just
today.
kind of state of affairs kind of going on in Hardcastle or where they might be?
I mean,
See what's going on in Hardcastle. I mean,
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't. I can't today. I'd rather, take a nap. But I
That's
could.
fine. I
Yeah.
think we all need a nap. We went from
Yeah.
awful to about an hour worth of fun. Now back to awful.
All right, let's sort this out. We got a lot of opinions flying around, right? So thumbs up, we stop in Elbalder and Orpitar along the way. Thumbs down, we don't.
okay, I need a
Fair.
map because I could have sworn it was like there's this route that goes straight up to
So Arabar
Arabar,
is here,
and then we'd go like this
Arabar
if
is
we want to
here.
go through
Ornpatar.
Ornpatar.
Ornpatar is due south of Arabar. The river kind of curves around. So Elbrador, you either go north and then west to Arabar, or west and then north to Ornpatar.
Yep.
I got the here.
I was gonna say I'm pulling up a map now.
I'm looking at a
Love
map
the
right now.
interactive.
I'm gonna put a link in the Discord. The big, yeah. So
I was gonna say
river
I've actually found a
runs
JPEG of it.
southeast.
Yeah, so it's two different routes. Like if we're stopping in Elberder, we're not stopping at Arabar. Or I mean, we're not stopping in Ornpatar. They're like two separate routes, and then they come to Arabar.
Same
Well, no,
point.
because we're over by Hardcastle, so we have to come all the way west.
Yeah.
So it's whether we go north and then a little over west, or west and then due north.
We can also go off road.
True.
Okay.
We don't have to stick to the
To
path.
anyone watching who wants to understand what we're talking about, here's
Sorry.
a link to the map.
Let's look up interactive favor and map on
Yeah,
Google.
I
and it'll
said there should be a link sent in
Yeah.
the text chat on Discord. So follow
Um,
along.
Really, Porsche is the pivot point of where we decided we want to go, right? Because
Yes.
it's right
If
there.
we
We
stick
stick
to
to
the
the
road.
side.
when we were there was discussion, and I believe Evan said that that road that is on this map doesn't exist.
Correct.
Hmm.
So, especially now that it's Elbuder, it's probably built up more in that area than down here by the fires deep. Why is it
Fire-
Fires Deep?
Fire steep.
Fire steep.
Steep's fire. Steep. Anyway, sorry. But yeah, so basically, what we'd be looking at if we stopped at the towns is an hour, couple hours in Elbuder. If we want to head over to Ornpatar, that will add days to the trip up to Arabar, probably. Between going there, finding what we need, getting what we need, trying to find a way across the river that is or is not through the fort.
Plus
Frederick
it'd
made a
be-
case for money being more valuable than what we'd buy where we're going. So
I think we should get there as soon as possible.
agreed. So
Yeah.
maybe we pass through Elder, avoid Ornpatar, and thus avoid the fort. Correct?
Right.
That's pretty much the entire direction I came from. So, yeah.
Don't have to cross any
Same.
national boundaries either.
Okay. All agreed.
Well, yeah. Elbuder is
Agreed.
Sespage.
Agreed.
Oh, right.
Okay.
And
Okay.
who knows if we'll be passing by the Chondal.
I was
for
thinking about
quite a
it
few
too.
days.
Mhm.
Knows who
maybe
we may
a-
run into.
Maybe one of these days, if you're able to reach out, check in on Adla, see how she's doing.
I already have a list of people I'd like to reach out myself. Which, by the way, the first message, but the first person I'm reaching out to is my own choice. So that's
Oh,
number
always.
one for me.
Of course. Of course.
And then we can work out other things afterward.
Yeah, we got
Also
time
still
on the road.
trying to
I
work
think we
on a
all
way to
got
see-
people to reach out to, and I'll kind of like look over to Castus.
Well, and I guess it's probably a good thing then that we're going to be traveling for a while, because I think I can only do it like a few times a day. It gets me like, but I'm not used to doing it. I get tired.
Sure.
So
One day at a time,
Takes practice.
as you're
Hmm.
able.
If we're walking and not whatever the hell it was Kate did to us to get there, we've got plenty of time.
Yep.
The dome's finished, if already.
Sure. I'm gonna be up
Yeah.
for a while. I'll take first watch.
I'll sit up
I'll
with
take
you.
first.
I got some.
Yeah,
work
I'll
to
take
do.
second watch.
Beat you, bitch. No, I'm just kidding.
Gotcha. Guess I'll take third.
I'll take a watch. I'm cool with that.
As the fire begins to dim, as you enter the dome that has been fashioned by Velkin, it is black and opaque in color, kind of matching the darkness that you now sit in. The cloudless or a cloud-filled night with no really moon peeking through at this point of the year. Well, settled in. Getting a little tighter in here. I can change the temperature. Cold? Warm?
Ooh.
In the
ladies.
middle.
I'm gonna hang out
Nice
outside of the dome
72.
for now. 68 if you're sleeping.
And as you all bed down, Ren, you're going to take the first watch, correct? And Calder as well?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You step outside of the dome as the rest of your party speaks. And this is the first time that that you've kind of had some downtime since the events that you all have went through in the past couple of weeks, almost a month now.
We'll follow her out as well.
That's where we're going to end our session. We'll pick up with the fireside talks next week. So.
Next session, fireside talks.
Yeah.
Session is long rest.
We'll be 7 hours if Calder and Ren start talking to each other now. So
Oh,
it's better to
God.
shut it off now.
Oh,
so.
God.
Listen, there's a lot
No,
happened.
A lot
just
happened.
happened.
Yeah.
Thank you guys.
All right, everyone.
Thank
Wow.
you.
You.
Thanks for watching. We have this Sunday. We're gonna be doing nights off. Sorry we didn't do it this week. Mac messaged me and said he absolutely hates all of our viewers, so he
Yep.
didn't want to interact with them at all this week. So he took the week off.
100%. That's exactly what I said.
But we'll be there this week at 8:30 on Sunday, 8:30
Or
p.m.
will we?
EST. Or will we? Who knows? Hopefully we'll get to talk with you guys. We also have our socials, Discord, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. Check us out. I believe we got another clip or two up on the TikTok this week. I don't know. I'm behind
I was
on
working
this.
hard.
Nice.
Make sure to give
Good
him some
job,
love.
Joel.
Yeah.
So yeah. Anyway, other than that, we'll catch you all next week and have a great week.
Bye, everybody. Make sure to love
Good
each other.
night.
Good time. Smile. Hug.